help if I sent the correct thing. We should be good. I'm so nervous. Yo, what up, Whammy? What up, TW? What up, Addy? Oh, well, yeah. What up, Zeto? Nerves right now. Nerves. I don't know what's gonna happen. Welcome back to Birth Me Code. Beard is gone. Beard is gone. Crab Rave. Yeah. Once again, shoutouts to Miracle Moon and SHSL Blaze for giving me a free code of the game. To stream. There is no beard anymore. I now look 20 years younger. No. What I mean, how's it going? Last time, we died. We died. We got shot in the face and died. So, as always, no spoilers for this game. If you guys know what has happened, happens in the game, no spoilers. I know Seto has seen a lot of stuff. Apparently, no good endings for some reason, but you know, not many people apparently are getting it. What up, Yoshi? What up, Justin? I want to test something real quick. Not because I don't trust. Hey, what up, vlogger? Not because I don't trust Seto, but because I wanted to see it for myself. What up, Supernova? I just kind of want to see it for myself. I'm just gonna speed through this and see what happens. If it does not let me choose, then that's really interesting. So I'm speeding through this. Guys, remember when Vidi was live? Hey, no worries, John. Take it easy. Take it easy. For now. Oh my gosh, it legitimately locks me in. Once I choose an option, I am locked in for the entire time. Holy crap. Wow. Sorry, Seto. I mean, I see that. I wanted to see that for myself. But that's amazing. That is baffling to me. But that's fucking amazing. Oh my gosh. You don't see that with a lot of games. You really don't see that with a lot of games. Usually just go back, take it to... Wow. Okay. That's cool. Why did I cut it? Why did I shave the beard? Because I wanted to look more professional. I wanted to look cleaner. You know, I felt like it looked dirty. So, shaved. Just so... Holy shit, that's cool. That's why they gave you 24 slots, I know. Alright, well, we are on save slot number 2. I guess you can go here to do this. We're closer to a teenager? Yeah. So I guess this is the big one. So, I have something. Because this is something else I don't know. So I had Word help me out here. So Word actually documented everything. Can I request edit access? So Word actually documented all my choices. I don't know if they document the choices for me or not, but we're gonna see. For now, we're gonna go here. Trust one means one choice. We have no trust built with anybody. Let's go. Now, since we've seen this all, should I skip it? Should I skip through the stuff we've already seen? I don't know if I should skip through what we've already seen. No? Learn how to break that lock. Well, we'll figure it out as time goes on. let's hold a vote in chat. And actually, Seto would be the best one to ask. Seto, should I go a bit faster than last time? Well, dude, if I'm going to be reading everything, Justin, then we're going to be going the same length, obviously. I think I should just get to... Hey, King Cheese, how's it going? I think I should just get to the choice and then read everything after the choice. How about that? I think that would be the best way to handle it, is we control all the way to the first choice, choose the choice, go from there. I feel like that's the safest way to go about it. Like, I want to get like some feedback from the chat before we do it. Does everyone here watch the first part? Probably not, Seto. Let's be real. There's gonna be people who there are people out there, fun fact, who just only watch like the second or third parts for some reason. I don't know what that just was. But okay. So, but I mean, we are gonna spoil obviously what happens in the first part. That's obviously gonna happen. I'm thinking we pick Superbia. Let's skip it. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. Let's skip until we get to the first choice. So we got Superbia and Nvidia. There's Pandora, or me, whatever. Pandora's our name. They're freaking out. Okay, so this is the first choice. This is where everything splits. So let us check. The other thing I was actually wondering is, should I skip the completed puzzles? Say crazy amount of time because I also think feel great at the trial. No worries, King Cheese. No worries. You do what you gotta do. I'm also gonna skip completed puzzles, just to make this go a little bit faster. So let's check out Superbia this time. Nvidia stepped aside, understanding she wanted to introduce herself to their rabid companion. Hey, I told Nvidia my name. It's Ankara. Ankara, huh? Weird name. Anyway, stay out of my way. I'm gonna open the door. Doing good on her words, Superbia reached for the handle. And... ah, fuckwad. The door's actually locked. Despite the lack of facial features, it was easy to see she was getting worked up again. Unable to resist, Nvidia chimed in from the sidelines. No kidding. That's what me said before. Stupid, stupid. We can't even leave for real. If anybody told me I would be stuck in some dumb classroom with a bunch of idiots to play a stupid game... Superbia tried to twist the handle in vain. Hey, Kayla, how's it going? How you doing? What up? It wasn't going to work. Fuck! I was so sure it was a dumb fucking joke. All the more reason to hurry. We don't have any time. 3 minutes already went by. We can sort all of other information later. When you're both done trying to open the door, join me. Ankara agreed with Nvidia. Yeah, I don't know what this is all about, but our first priority is to leave. So we should start looking around. Pissed off at Twitch? What happened? Let's see. Leave anything you find in the cubicles in the back. That way we can easily look at everything we find. Nvidia set off to explore the room and see what he could find. So hold on. So we've built trust with Rabbit, aka Superbia. Before Superbia can join him, Ankara stopped her for a moment. What do you want? I can't recall my name, and I think Nvidia can't either, so I was wondering if I was a loser too? Making fun of Ankara, Superbia acted as if she was telling her to talk to the hand. Right, well, I guess not then. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, I can't remember either. Happy? Ooh, interesting. What up, Aiden? Why are they wearing those things on their head? Because this is a death game. For those who don't know, this is a killing game that's a mix of Danganronpa and Zero Escape. I'm skipping the puzzles, Seto, but I do remember where everything is if it doesn't skip it. Not bothering to wait for an answer, Superbia left Ankara alone. The timer in their helmets read 27 minutes remaining. It's more than enough time. Obviously, I already know what's going on, and it links all of us here, but I can't skip any steps. If I thought about it too much, it would jeopardize the operation, and I'd be found out. It's best to just focus on the search in this room. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's not skip anything. Let's do everything that we actually know. It's pretty simple. All that needs to be done is to investigate as normal. A lot of things in the room can be selected as part of the search. It's also possible to check the cubicles in the back to see everything that's been found. A bit like an inventory of sorts. For zero escape, it's good. So this is deduction. Alright, I'm going to pretty much skip through things really quick though, since we already know what's going on. So we find a key. Books are fake. This is where that is. Finish. Need to investigate the door twice because there's a coin. Nothing, so we just move. There's a box that we don't need to worry about. Strange prism. Inside there. And this comes off. If you check out Your Turn to Die, I have not, but my friend Blaze has told me that it's a really, really good game. Alright, so triangle prism, so there's a note. So once again, the reason I'm skipping through this, by the way, is we've already done this in the first part. So if you guys haven't seen the first stream, you know, definitely check out the first stream. There's a lot of cool things that happen. By the way, I figured that's pretty simple. So once we're done with the puzzle, we'll go for the Mr. Cup of Tea. No, I've heard Your Turn to Die is really good, so we will be probably playing it on the channel soon enough. But yeah, anything that we've already seen puzzle-wise, I'll just kind of be skipping through really quickly. But that should be the only puzzle that we're going to be going through quickly, as well as one other one. Something I want to do, though, and this is something interesting, is I want to hit flow. Because now that we've chosen a choice, everything is still the way it is. Interesting. So we can still end up getting to this ending just by picking Superbias. Interesting. Sorry, I'm curious what's gonna happen. I'm curious. All three of them emerged into a hallway. Superbia was already examining the nearby wall, having noticed the metal plates covering the entrance as soon as she left the classroom. There were 3 other people nearby, all of them watching the new arrivals. All of them wearing the same kind of high-tech helmet the first group had. Before Ankara could talk to them, Superbia interjected herself. Nothing to do about this. It's completely blocked off. I guess we have to meet up with these losers now. The losers are in hearing range. Well, maybe she doesn't care. Hey, Ankara. Finally joined us, huh? You know, this place is kind of familiar. He remained pensive for a moment until Superbia decided to leave them and head to the group of losers, as she called them. Just curious. You probably have already played it then, I guess? I don't know. We better go and meet them too. Hopefully they've had more luck than us in remembering who they are and what this place is. I mean, it's clearly a school, but... He offered a shrug at Ankara before vanishing off to join the group. After a brief moment, Ankara joined the group in order to properly introduce herself to them too. There it is. This meeting will pretty much determine how things will go for the next 5 hours. Now that Ankara was walking towards them, she could observe the group a little more closely. 2 boys and 1 girl, apparently. Though that third one was more a woman than a girl. And that's the second group. I guess they managed to escape first. This guy on the left. He's Ira, and fittingly he has the lion helmet. Fairly built, decidedly someone you don't want to mess with on a physical level. In the middle there is Tristidia. He has the horse helmet, and he's also a little round. Variety is the spice of life, as they say. Not everyone keeps up in shape like Ira does. And on the right there is Avaridia. She has the pig helmet, and she's also clearly older than the rest. To think a teacher is actually a member of my emptiness. The situation had come to a standstill between the 2 teams of 3. All of them looked upon one another as if judging each other's potential threat. The entire scenario was playing out similarly to the pack of predators sniffling out who would be the first to go, regardless if their given animal was a carnivore, herbivore, or omnivore. This really can't last any longer. I can't blame anyone here for hesitating this much because it's hard to tell who can be trusted. If anybody can even be trusted. The thing is, not even I know which one would be most useful, but there's no point in hesitating then. It's a gamble, and that's all there is to it, so it doesn't matter. As Ankara contemplated her options, Vidi and Superbia moved forward. Deciding to not fall behind, the girl did much of the same. Ankara. Okay, so we've already introduced Ira first. I think here's my idea. Here's my idea. I was talking to Word about this because I had Word go back and choose the different and let me know what different options I've selected. So I hopefully can be an editor. God dang it. Let me message Word and tell him. There we go. Cool. Okay, my thought process is I think Avaridia will do whatever the hell we decide. Ira is already with Superbia, so I think Tristidia would probably be the best idea. Superbia had already been in the process of introducing herself to Tristidia when Ankara joined the group. Superbia, yes. And this is our resident Smarty Pants, Ankara.
Smarty Pants, huh? I'm Tristidia, which is kind of a mouthful, so I'm thinking we should go with better nicknames sometime.
Yeah, sure, we can talk about that later, I guess, like after the universe ends. I don't have any intention of staying here with these bunch of losers any more than necessary. You included in that. Sorry, not sorry. Iris snickered a little from the side, yet none of this was flustering Tristidia.
Is that your best effort? I've heard plenty of it over the years. But back to the introductions. That snickering guy is...
I can introduce myself, Barrel Boy.
You heard the man? Go talk to him, I guess. There's not really a lot of stuff to say right now. And besides, I've got to think of better nicknames.
Yeah, we got trust with the horse. The horse is trustworthy. Trust the horse. For me, how about Queen? If you could start groveling right now, that would be great, thanks. Tristidia slapped the back of his hand into the air, as if sending her away. Outraged, Superbia didn't need to be told twice to vacate his area.
Was she always like this? You guys escaped with her, right? Sure you couldn't have let her take a guess for the answer first?
Oh, that was my fault then. It'll be fine. I gave the answer, so...
Don't worry over it. Either way, I'm going to get out the others.
I think that's what his voice is going to be. It's like a deeper voice. The lumbering boy went to fetch the others still talking together. Between Ira and Tristidia, it was a complete contrast. Not just physically, but mentally too. Probably about time to share information now. But we're still lacking one team. After everyone introduced themselves to each other, the group took a few moments to sort everything out.
So to recapitulate, we have Ankara, the girl wearing a helmet that looks like a bear. Then there's Avaridia, wearing one that looks like a pig. Yeah, sorry, I don't think that particular mask means anything either. If that makes you feel any better.
It wasn't clear if Avaridia even acknowledged what Tristidia had said. She remained silent out of concern, annoyance, anger, or simply because she was speechless at the fact he felt the need to add some kind of apology.
Just be ready for others to mind it more. Either way, there's Superbia too. She's the rabbit.
Excuse you, you mean a rabbit queen? It didn't look like her confidence was radiating strongly enough to make Tristidia back off.
Yeah, sure, but you wear a hat and helmet and not a crown, so that makes you just a rabbit. Right now. Where was I? Right, then there's line 2, Ira. And then we have Nvidia, the wolf. And myself, Tristidia, the horse. We're lacking 3 others.
Who cares? We're safe and it's all that matters. The others can eat shit and die. I wouldn't say safe just yet. And besides, that's not really nice either. What do you want me to do about it? I know you're a teacher, so you totally have to act like you care, but you don't have to keep that up here. You know what me said, right? You're as much of a suspect as anyone else. That goes for you too. Poor Avaridia, she's a teacher that's just kind of here. Avaridia took her distance to cool off before some kind of fight broke out. Hey, Sapphire, how's it going? Maybe she simply couldn't stand the rabbit, but Ankara couldn't tell. Where do you get that number anyway? 3 more of us?
Yeah, we're supposedly 9 total. He told us that much. Don't you guys ever listen when you're in class? There's also the matter of time ticking. We're not too far off hitting the first hour mark. Mies said 6 hours was our 10 limits, right?
I hope they hurry then. Our room wasn't nearly this bad.
It's possible they're having issues because they're not used to piecing elements together.
There was barely any of that needed. As if fate had been waiting for the subject to be brought up, the final door opened and out of the room bolted 2 figures. The redhead is Gula, and the other is Luxuria. But where's the third one? They left the room in a hurry, and as soon as they were out, Luxuria rolled into a ball and Gula held the wall next to the closed door as support.
This was completely absurd. Who could have engineered such a deadly contraptions? We made it out just in time, but...
As she spoke, a small click came from the door to signal the fact it locked again, and in the same moment, everyone's vision turned black.
Hello again to all of you dear animals. Sorry for that. I'm sure you don't like to be called animals. Yet none of you could pass for actual human beings. At the very least, congratulations are in order. Congratulations, you made it out. At least, I am hoping all 9 made it out. As a prize for managing to get out, I'll be generous. The door in front of you will be rendered accessible. Or at least the panel next to it will be. Please take your time solving the puzzle on it while exchanging pleasantries between fellow criminals. Oh, did I not make that clear before? Allow me to rectify that then. All of you are backstabbers of the highest order. Criminals, scum, animals, you let instincts drive. Over reason, you commit crimes like they're nothing. In particular, you all have one special crime you hold dear to your heart. Don't let anyone find out, or maybe they'll distrust you. Maybe they'll kill you. But first, one thing at a time. By unlocking this door, you'll gain access to the Crossroads. That which originally was in the middle of your beloved school is now where you'll coldly murder each other. Don't be late now. I'll see you later.
Good old Crossroads, right? The good old Crossroads. Yo, nice king. Me vanished once more. The group took a few seconds to calm down since the recording had been disorienting due to the fact it was shown directly in their helmets. We've already introduced ourselves to each other, so after you two go, we'll do the introductions back at you. Viridia stepped forward, pointing at the 2 girls who escaped last.
Wait a second. Both our teams had 3 people in them. What about yours? It's... The third one, she...
Luxuria held her helmet, visibly shaking at the mere thought of what she was trying to say. Gula stepped forward to take over.
The deepest apologies. She is very reserved. If your strengths fail you, I'm capable of uttering our companion's ultimate fate in your stead. No, it's fine. I'll tell them. Our room was hard and she guessed wrong.
Interesting. So that's what happened with them. The third girl guessed wrong? Luxuria pushed her back to a wall and slid down to the ground, holding her legs in a fetal position. An awkward silence lingered on the group, only interrupted by her sniffling a tad. At that moment, Gula cleared her throat.
I'm assuming your wanton gazes are fixated on my being at the moment. I'm unfortunately acutely aware my physique is unsuitably dressed for the societal purposes.
She glanced over at Luxuria, who either didn't notice it or paid no mind to it. She seemed envious of that hoodie.
I can assure you this spotty article was not in any way my own doing. Whoever incarcerated us must be finding some sort of wicked enjoyment out of it.
Admittedly, I didn't touch their clothing at all, so that's false. I forgot. Yeah, she's like probably. I think she's the embodiment of lust or something.
Also, as it is apparent, I can witness you all adorn helmets of a helmet much like hers and mine. Yeah. The sooner it's off, the better off I'll be. Naturally, whoever would holds any desire to adorn their cranium with such an aberration. Not only is its appearance grotesque, but it's also completely unwieldy.
Following that, the introductions began anew. This time, it included the pair who had just come out. Ankara didn't feel like talking to either of them, since her mind was entirely on the puzzle they had to solve. Or that she had to solve, really. And it's probably on a few of their minds too. This puzzle is fairly important to get past, like my avatar said, but I can't wait a little bit. The blonde girl hesitated for a few seconds, but she ultimately decided not to bother with the puzzle for now. Meeting with the 2 newcomers will allow her to learn important information about them. Ankara! So we waved at Luxuria first, last time. So let's go approach Gula. Gula was hanging out a bit further away from the others. Upon seeing the girl approach her, she faced Ankara and began talking without hesitation.
Yes, greetings. I'm Gula. I have obviously been christened something more palatable, but this is a nickname, I suppose. No one inspire comments on my outfit if you value your security. I wasn't going to... I'm Ankara. At least that's what we figured out. Ankara? That is strange for a name as well. Upon further thinking, our third party also neglected to properly show an interest in elaborating upon her designation. So she didn't introduce herself? Quite. You have a very flowery speech pattern. Do I? It is contemporarily second nature to me, so forgive me should my terms become obnoxious. I just didn't expect that from your looks.
Gula snickered snickered of a laugh that had nothing fancy to it.
Judging one by their appearance ought to be a fatal mistake in this place.
Superbia happened to hear her, and she approached the duo while holding her hip in a condescending way.
You think so? Appearances are everything, especially for someone like me. My family's rich, and I could buy this school and everyone in it if I wanted. Enough of that vanity. What about your earthly label? My name? It's Superbia. Perhaps you aren't already aware of it because it contains superb, which is by default. Is that why you have to always act like such a bitch?
Let's go! Oh, you just got owned!
Superbia flipped the bird without hesitation. Alright, so we got horse, rabbit, and cow on our side this time. Last time we had snake, lion, and wolf. We've been ignoring the pig. We've been ignoring the pig this entire time. You can't change who you are. I'm not a bitch. I just know I'm better than you lot. If there weren't people like me in this world, you'd all still be wallowing in mud. Your behavior is appalling, but frankly I should be flabbergasted should your demise be delayed by any another death. What are you even saying? I think she's saying if you aren't the next one to die, she's going to be very surprised. We'll see who's dying next soon enough. The group of three dispersed following those words, leaving Ancora alone to her thoughts. I can't believe nobody is thinking about the puzzle. This is all well and good, but it's there, you know? Are they going to keep talking while ignoring the main pressing matter? It's just any of this, and Superbia that, and Luxuria this. Why can't we have better, shorter nicknames? Those are much easier to remember. I like the name Lux too. Maybe we can make up smaller, cuter nicknames. Ancora was already no longer listening to them. Instead, she stood in front of the puzzle, having decided to solve that which they were talking about nicknames. That was a sense of urgency nobody else was acknowledging. Maybe just their way of coping with it. They're distracting each other, trying to find the chink in their peers' armor. Something feels wrong with all this too. The story wasn't supposed to be locked in this way. This feels like my friend is testing me. But they don't know about what's happening here. Was I duped? Was someone duping me, perhaps? I know for a fact there is a traitor in this group. The entire reason why this is being held is to find out the traitor because they all shouldn't know Pandora's real identity. My real identity. One of them knows, though. Is it Superbia? Invidia? Gula? Luxuria? Avaridia? Tristidia? Or maybe Ira? Of course, I already know who Pandora is. It's because I'm Pandora. But what if the traitor died already? Can I be so lucky? Until I find proof, I'll assume it's one of those still alive. I'll make sure they pay, even if I have to kill 6 of them. So by the way, real quick, something I realized last time, because not only do we know that the other person's name is the Panda, oh, I remember this. Me. Oops, no, me. There we go. Pretty simple. I have like ideas as to who knows who the traitor is, and I'm pretty confident it's not Nvidia. Also, real quick. Okay. So it looks like, from what I can tell, so this is something I actually wanted to test. Right now. I just want to test it right now before we go back to the main story, because I want to learn the game mechanics. So right now, I mean, that's that puzzle. But if we go to a new file and go to flow, it's still stuck there. So I haven't seen anything. Because I haven't seen anything new here. Okay, let's just continue. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what the autofill choices part is. That seems weird to me. As the puzzle was solved, a small click was heard from the double doors. Cora decided to go forward on her own, huh? Sorry, but we don't have a lot of time, so I believe the better idea constitutes proper thanks for opening the aperture leading to our destination. No problem, Gula. Ah, precisely about that. We have finished constructing a secondary nickname to better communicate between ourselves. I proposed Dula for mine. It was unanimously accepted as my new designation. Don't be ridiculous. Nobody would oppose that kind of thing. Vidi works for me, so I'm going with that. I'm Tristel, which is shorter and better. Judging by your shape, it should have been Tit. Bia for me. Right back at you, biatch. As was second nature to her, Superbia flipped the bird. Yeah, she's a bitch. She's definitely a bitch. I already said Lux earlier. I think it sounds cute. No nickname here. I was short already.
Yeah, short for irrelevant.
Edward's fist closed tighter. Superbia wasn't making any friends so far.
I guess you guys pick Cora for me then.
Any objections?
Not really. It's fine too.
My nickname will be Ava from now on. What are we waiting for? Let's go to the Crossroads. With the doors unlocked, the group could enter the Crossroads. In reality, it didn't look like much. The side hallways were just long enough to access some bathrooms, and half of the both sides of the lounging spots surrounded the elevated middle area. Metal plates blocked any attempt to go further down either hall. There were 2 staircases going up higher into the middle of the Crossroads. From afar, the 8 of them could see there was a large black wall in place there, but not much else. Everything else was normal. Benches were scattered around, the structure was normal, except for the metal plates covering large parts of broken walls and ceilings, as well as the debris laying around. Everything was normal. A loud clank echoed from behind. Superbia fell down on her ass, screaming some profanities. Are you okay? Interesting that he'd be the one to ask, given how Superbia treated him just before. Either way, there can't be any harm checking up on them, maybe? Looking around, Ankara noticed Luxuria wasn't staring at the happenings, but at her instead. Not too far off, Nvidia had his arms crossed deep in thought. Presented with those options, Ankara... Okay, something to do with something important. The outfits match the masks. Very true, very true. Okay, so this one. So I didn't remember what I did, but according to Word, because he marked it off, I approached Nvidia this time. So what I think I should do is I think I want to get Luxuria on our side, because from what we know on the other path when investigating Ira, is that Ira will always follow what Superbia does. So we don't need to have any trust with Ira. We just need to have trust with Superbia, because Superbia will then follow our lead. Gula seems to be on board with whatever, so I think that's fine, and then getting Tristidia. So if I can get Luxuria on our side, I think we'll be fine. The others uneasily stared at the event and willing to lend a hand. Ankara was in much of the same boat, and so was Luxuria right next to her.
I think she hit a rabbit ear on the door frame. Sounds bad.
I guess she'll have to be careful due to her height.
It's not a problem for us, huh? That makes me think your helmet is strange.
Huh? In what way?
It's the same helmet that the girl who died had. Is there supposed to be 2 bear helmets?
Maybe it wasn't a bear. Plus, there are many types of bears.
Right, maybe a panda helmet.
Oh, okay, so this is what's supposed to tell us that she's Panda. Okay. By the way, Kayla, Panda, if you're still here, apparently died in this. I'm sorry.
Speaking of which, Panda!
She thought about it for a few moments. Ankara was also thinking about it. A panda helmet? They're all gray, so there was no way to differentiate them.
Remember that list of names and how there was Pandora on it too? That was the 9th name.
So you're telling me Pandora is the one who died? Do you think so?
Maybe. I don't know now, but maybe.
By this point, Superbia had recovered and joined them all. Interrupted in their talk, Ankara and Luxuria moved alongside the group again. Okay, so we got 33s across the board, so that's okay. Once Superbia had rejoined the group, the helmet shut down. By now, everyone was getting used to this. It meant me was going to talk to them again. Okay. This feels extremely slow, but it's all necessary information I have to communicate to them. Thankfully, I only have to do this all once.
Greetings once more. Make absolutely sure all of you listen closely, because this recording is the most important recording you will hear in what's left of your life. Remember, kill me. The game we're playing in which you have to kill me. I've decided to leave you a way to decide who gets to die. You know, like a democracy. To vote, it's really easy. You just need one of those key cards, 1 per person. Be sure to keep the key cards after you vote, because you'll need them later. From now on, I'll refer to those as me cards. At this moment, you should have 6 in your possession, but you'll need 9 to operate the consoles for the first time, and you must use up 39, which you can find in the school, or remains of it anyway. To round out your amount to 9, you'll have to search around a little. For each subsequent round, you will need as many me cards as there are survivors. For example, if 4 of you died, you need 5 me cards. Of course, you could just kill each other without getting the me cards, but you still need to discard 39 of them within the middle of the voting apparatus, where everyone surrenders their right to live. You'll be allowed to leave once all 39 me cards are discarded, provided you already killed me. Let's recapitulate, shall we? 1. Get those 39 me cards. 2. Kill each other by voting and discard the me cards in the middle. 3. You're free to go when you've done that, and if you've killed me. No matter what you do, you absolutely must have at least 2 voting sessions. They are required, as they will unlock the next 2 sectors, which are the other me cards. Oh, one last thing. In the event that someone miraculously dies, a vote will be skipped. That's right, each death removes the need to have a vote for the hour, which is fantastic for the 3 among you who won't need to surrender their right to live. Otherwise, if no one died by the end of each hour slice, everyone surrenders their right to live. Did you all understand this? Instant kaboom for everyone. I'll see you later. Yeah, the voting sections are gonna be tough, but we got this, King Cheese, we got this.
Well, this is a little awkward now.
What did you mean by kaboom?
Some of us will die and some of us will live. If we fail, there might be a bomb somewhere that blows the place sky high.
Are you sure we should just do what this me person says? Like, fuck him, right?
We should just try and figure out who this mastermind is as soon as possible. Luxuria gula tristivia, avaritia ara invidia superbia. Those are all the old ways to refer to the 7 deadly sins. I don't know what Ancora is, though. It doesn't really mean anything, because it could have easily just been because Pandora ran out of sins to name us after.
Justinia pauses, though he just interrupted himself saying something.
Something also bothers me. Someone died, so is our limit extended to 2 hours? Should we determine who died too?
Your nickname. Mine too. All these strange names are familiar. We're all part of my emptiness, aren't we? That's what we had to figure out. The mood turned even colder as Vidi explained his thought. According to the list of names we found in our room, which I heard others found too, my emptiness is composed of 9 members. It's a group that I recall vaguely, and all of you should too, because all your names appear on that list. In short, we're not just part of it, we are my emptiness.
Oh, yeah, I know about that. You're all part of that? Sounds very dangerous.
So what if we're part of it? Your name is on there too. Don't try to sass us, little girl.
I wasn't trying to do that, Ava, I swear. I just didn't know this was the group I joined. It was advertised as being a group where you can make all your secret dreams come true.
You boldly lied, Lux. The truth is that you're part of it too, and denying it won't change that fact. She's not wrong. To make it in, you have to be someone very unscrupulous. Anyway, from what I've seen here, I wasn't the only one who didn't know who else was in it. Pandora always gave us tasks separately, huh? Pandora's the leader's name, right? I remember that much. He or she purposely left us all in the dark. That's ironic, because without the goggles inside the helmets, they would literally not see a thing. I did know about all your nicknames, even if I didn't know what you looked like.
That's the list on the website, huh? I made it myself. It's the one of the sinemptiness.com.
Hey, Sparky, how's it going?
Ancora wasn't added yet when I last remember updating the website.
Huh? And why would you not be added to the list yet?
Because I was the last one who came in. I've been in my emptiness for a week, I think.
Interestingly enough, that means out of all of us, you're probably the only one without a crime, huh? Unless you did something in that week.
Who knows? It's probably best not to dwell on to the crimes just yet. At least we've established where we all stand now, so all 8 of us can go on.
Hold up, cowboy. Something doesn't add up. The list of names is not 9 long.
Is there a problem with that? We were 9 just now, weren't we?
Yes, we were 9. Who died?
She never said her name.
All of them looked at each other in turns. The mood lifted a little.
So that's it then. Pandora's already dead? I don't think it's nice to rejoice, but if she's gone, then we won.
No, I don't think so. The one who died is definitely an innocent. Innocent of the crime of being Pandora, at least.
What makes you say that all of a sudden?
Will the mastermind behind all of this go through all this trouble just to let themselves die? I don't think it's gonna be this easy. This sounds more like a trap to me. And I think the most likely outcome is that Pandora is one of us who assumes someone else's name. You can't remember much about yourself, right? So that's it. Pandora's still among us.
Luxuria and Gula looked at each other. The mood fell again, a longer silence instilling itself among them all. The primary reason was simple. They once again didn't know who they could trust.
So what then? The one who died already might be still Pandora. Big deal. Let's just spend the me cards and leave. We already won.
Nvidia lifted a finger to call in silence again. However, Gula disregarded it and walked nearer to him. Her bust and attire were definitely intimidating him.
I'm in complete agreement with the Lancromorph. The third participant in our beginning position never ensured her designation was known, and remaining immobile serves us negatively.
But Tristan's right about that. Anyone else could have said there was someone else. I haven't personally met any of you in the past, so it's not like I could put a name to anyone.
Regardless of our conundrum, we can't afford to remain still. However, I do agree Pandora's methods were unequivocally secretive on purpose. None has the knowledge of their appearance. So either Pandora died in the room or someone among us is totally Pandora using someone else's name? Ever heard of Occam's razor? It says that the most likely scenario is probably right.
Since the girl died, at least we've got another hour to figure that out before we need to take a vote.
Everyone seemed to be on board with that idea, and Cora felt a shiver run down her spine. Things are getting dicey. Someone needs to be made suspicious, if at least for insurance. They want to get the Mastermind, but they can be used. They can be manipulated to vote for the traitor. My target. Hey Zelda, how's it going? To take their minds off that business for at least a moment, Ankara called everyone over to a nearby floor plan, which showed the full accessible area of the school. Hey look, at least you could all remember what the school looks like, right? The plans are different than usual. You're right. Normally it shows the full school, but here it only shows about a quarter of it. Specifically, that's Wing A, the one with the classrooms. Doing good, doing good. Do you think that means this area is the one only that's accessible at all? Let's split up and cover some ground. We have to see exactly what we can reach for now. Make sense to you? Very well, I'll take my leave with thanks. Yeah, I'd like to head with Bia. I mean, it's not like we have a group to group up, so, but... She superbly shot him a glance. If her helmet was off, it was clear she would be looking upon him with the greatest disgust. Whatever, I'm fine with it. Peace out, losers. The rabbit and the lion left together for another quarter of the crossroads. The horse and the pig left together as well. Ankara was about to leave too when Nvidia grabbed her by the wrist. Listen, just be careful. I trust you, but others might not. I feel like you might be the first targeted by the vote, so you should probably try and talk to them. We don't have any trust built with the wolf, though. But why does he trust us already? Okay, but I'm really not Pandora if our names are similar. I don't know how much that's worth, but for some people, it's much easier to lie than others. After that, Vidi let go of Ankara and the girl set off. She didn't go too far, still wondering about the possibilities presented to her, stopping to think about them. This is just like when I first booted this helmet. I can hack into the other helmets in order to obtain information when they split up like this. Hey, Word, how's it going? By hacking their models, I can see and hear exactly what the cameras lining on their helmets see and hear as well. That way I can gather information to manipulate them. Based on what I learned and who trusts, it'll vary the options presented with each vote. Still, the goal of this operation is to figure out who the traitor is in the group. They might want to figure out the Mastermind, but what I want them to do is kill the traitor for me instead. One of them is the traitor to my emptiness, and they've joined it in order to sell me out. I have to figure out who it is and kill them while masquerading it as the Mastermind's death. Another problem. Hacking a helmet will probably present me with a puzzle I have to solve just like earlier. This is all thanks to you, idiot programming friend. I guess they're a bit like passwords, which seems fair enough. The only person who can compute this stuff fast enough among all of us was me, so it creates a barrier of entry none of the others can deal with. After I hack, my vision will be replaced with the other person, so I have to be careful about it. Finding herself in an empty, quiet corner, Ankara sat down to rest a little. She was nervous, given what she was going through. It was no wonder. Hey, Lori, how's it going? I don't have a lot of choices. They're all left in groups of 2 except for Nvidia, and hacking someone who's alone isn't really that interesting. I'd hack just about anyone I want, but I can't. There's the frequency to think about too. In order to avoid exterior interference, helmets randomly switch frequencies. If the frequency doesn't match this helmet during the moment I've got some time for it, there's nothing to do. Hacking them is impossible. At the moment, matching frequencies include Ira, Everready, and Luxuria's helmets. For now, I'll be hacking... Okay, real quick. I want to see... Because I want to keep checking the flowchart, just to see if something, like, is blocked out. So I still have access to finding everything. That seems interesting. Okay, whose helmet do we go into, though? So it's Avaridia and Tristidia. Luxuria and Gula. I think Tristidia would be on our side altogether. Luxuria. Okay, we actually already have trust though with Luxuria and Gula. Yeah, we already have both. So if we can get Pig on our side. Think I made you editor? Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I just need to do something real quick. Oh, hold on. Yep, I'm editor. Cool. Thank you. Yep. So hold on. Let me just do this. So this is gonna be run 2. Hey, Baba, how's it going? So we'll do that, and I'm gonna do. We'll do this. Tristidia. Sorry. So I'm gonna. Okay. I'm gonna mark off which new ones that we have here. So that way we make sure we don't double dip, right? Hey, welcome back, Addy. How's it going? Thanks, Word. I appreciate it. So let's talk with Luxuria. And then... I think the best choice is hacking Avaridia. I think hacking Avaridia is the best idea. Because we don't have anything with Avaridia. So let's go with Avaridia. F. Alright. Sort. How? Sort? No. Okay. Makes sense. Hey, fun, how's it going? I know your channel last night? Yeah? Oh. Word was playing the ones. Just 3, then with 4, 2, and 7. Yeah? Don't tell me the answers, Word. I mean, I see there's some of the 2. There's 4 and 7. That's what I was looking at, too. So, I just know if it was the same. No, that's not it either. Maybe I have to go in order? Let's see if they have to go in order. Maybe they have to go in order. Yeah, they have to go in order. Okay, cool. Don't tell me the answer, otherwise you get timed out or banned. That's the thing that pisses me off the most. But don't help, Word. Backseat gaming pisses me off. You know this. Oh, brother. But don't help me. No. No helping. At all. There's a reason why I say in the rules, no backseat gaming. Idiot. You have the me card still, don't you? I have no idea where I'll find one here. Everdy and Tristidia were together, as expected. They were talking about the me cards the group had found. Tristidia got one of them, but deductive process, Ira had the other. Yeah, still got it. I wouldn't let it go in a million years now that I know what it's used for. I hope so, otherwise we won't be able to vote. Maybe the other teams will have found extras too. I don't think we should count on the other groups. I'm not saying we can't trust them, but I don't think they'll be too much use. I wonder how the voting will work, though. The 2 of them were near the middle of the area, next to the giant black cylinder from the floor to ceiling. Tristidia and Avaridia examined the material closely, with the boy also pushing against it with his hands. Whatever it is we have to do, we'll be in there, I bet. Look around. Excuse me. Look around this wall. It's completely flat and entirely unremarkable, but there's also consoles on the side. Seems you can fit cards in there. I guess this is where we'll put those key cards then. I think the bomb is in here, but these 9 slots are just to free it. Well, that's a very precise guess. You sure you're not involved with any of this? Avaridia averted her gaze, turning her head to the side as if she didn't want to answer this. No, don't be stupid now. If I organized something like this, I wouldn't put myself in danger. But you are a teacher in the school, right? You didn't look surprised to see your surroundings. You must be familiar with this place, much like the others we all were. Tristidia smoothly deflected the topic to another one. I guess. I think we're in Wing A before. This is probably the school we all go to. Since you're so knowledgeable about it, you're most definitely a teacher here too. Okay. Any other topic? She still wasn't happy with the current one. Ever since her introduction, it was clear she didn't like being reminded of her more advanced age. How calm am I? Pretty calm. That's usually how I am. I've been wondering, how did you even get into my emptiness? As far as I know, only students were allowed by Pandora. Tristidia is the one with the online list, so he most likely knows a lot about my emptiness. Maybe he's the one I have to look for, the one that needs to be killed. Did you use your position as a teacher as leverage? Are you asking because you want to know my crime? The horse-themed guy brushed back the back of his head with his hand, not knowing how to tackle the question. You're sharp. Or maybe I wasn't that thickly veiled anyway. I had 2 reasons for that, so listen to me before thinking badly of me. I don't know who to vote for yet. I mean, there's Cora. She's suspicious, but that's just because of her nickname. Everyone has the name of a deadly sin in Latin. Pandora is Greek, and so isn't Cora. It means anchor or hope, I guess in more figurative sense.
Hey, sheeps. Look at all them sheeps.
Hope, huh? Yeah, that's exactly it. And the other reason is, I honestly don't care. Could you turn around for a moment?
Hey. Final, thanks for being a member and joining being a sponsor. I don't know which one you got, but thank you all the same. I shall add you to the Excel list. Let's pull that up. Let me do this. Sell styles. Based here? Gotcha. Because Supernova is now 2. So final plays, we'll just have you at 1. Welcome, welcome. Also, if it's not already obvious, No Choice of Craziness during for those who have access to it for single player games like this one. Definitely don't want to do that. Justinian stared at her in surprise due to the sharp change in topic. But by the way, yeah, sorry, Vinyl. Thank you so much for being a member, though. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you.
You're not going to stab me in the back, are you?
No, I just want to see something I figured out earlier. Justidia gave in to the demand and turned around. Viridia could see the back of his helmet. It had the same cool S in the me cards were plastered with. Interesting. I knew I noticed something when walking with others before. So the S is on the back of everyone's head. I don't think anyone else pointed it out or noticed it yet.
What is it?
On the back of our helmets is a symbol. It's a weird S. I'm sure you've seen it before, haven't you? The one on the cards.
Oh, that? Is that why you wanted to look at the back of my head? I've seen it drawn in random locations in school, yes. Actually, it's not only in the school. It's in every school. For some reason, all over the world, this symbol started being drawn by kids that had nothing to do with each other.
That's actually true, because I started drawing that S for social studies. For social studies, we would draw the 3 lines, and then we'd connect them, and then, yeah, there's that S. I actually don't think anybody at my school, like, because we all remember drawing the S, but I don't think we ever knew what it meant. What does it mean, you think? Normally she's more annoyed than this. Does she find this topic interesting?
I don't know. Honestly, I think everyone's wrong about it. Some people think it has ties to a superhero, but their symbol looks nothing like it.
Yeah, it's not Superman's symbol.
Or others think it's a company's logo, but again, no ties.
So it's completely unexplained. I never really paid any mind to it. I thought it was just a graffiti people were drawing everywhere. But yeah, everybody was doing it and no one knows why.
There's gotta be a reason. Anyway, let's keep searching. We can talk about it with the others later, since it's clearly related to our helmets.
The 2 of them left the middle cylinder. Instead, Viridia looked at the debris scattered around the middle of the crossroads. A lot of destruction here, isn't there?
Do you know what happened here?
Yeah. Don't you? The boy shook his head. Viridia slumped her shoulders when she realized she had to talk about it now, even though she clearly didn't care. A bomb went off and destroyed all of the Wing B with the cafeteria not long ago. Oh my gosh. What is up with the S anyway? I have no idea. I just know that, like, I started drawing it when I was younger. I just know how to. A second one collapsed Wing C. Reminder that's the wing with the gymnasium. So the school closed for a while, and that's how there was no one around here now. Still, whoever kidnapped us really went in hard. They repaired so many walls and put in all these plates. And what of Ring D? Destroyed as well. The only one still standing is Wing A because the bomb meant for it never went off. That's why I'm thinking the bomb's here with us.
I don't think anyone ever had classes in Wing D.
What even was there anyway? Honestly, I don't even know. I've never gone there. Ugh. This is starting to grate me now. Someone blew up the school and now we're stuck here. Can we move on? Their assessment is more or less correct. The only wing still standing is Wing A. And I guess the Crossroads is still standing too. I've already reached into a small hole in the debris to drag out a me card. She said something, but the signal grew weaker right at that moment. All of a sudden, frequency switched, interrupting the feed, which cut and restored during Cora's helmet. Alright. Nice. Stussy. An hour and 20 minutes have passed since the beginning of the game. Only 40 minutes until everyone dies if no vote is put in. I want to keep checking the flowchart to see if something else happens. Uh-oh. Okay, I have learned to not look at the flowchart. Ever.
Only 4 minutes until everyone dies if no vote is put in. And Cora climbed up the stairs. She felt a presence behind her. Upon looking back, she saw Nvidia following her. Hey, do you know who you're voting for yet? No, not yet. What does he want exactly? I thought it's good to vote for whoever you will. Thinking about it logically, if we all vote for a different person, we'll get into a deadlock, so... That makes sense, but if this thing just a poorly thought lure into a false sense of security? Okay, but I'm still not sure yet. I think we'll need to talk it over. If you think that's a better way, know that if we talk about it, things might turn bloody. In here, there's no way to restrain anyone, and whoever we're going to vote for won't let it happen so easily. That makes sense, but we're still missing details. How will the vote be determined? What's inside of the cylinder exactly? We'll know the answer to those questions very soon. Their dialogue stopped when they reached to the top of the stairs and joined the others in front of the cylinder. It was a gigantic structure rising from the floor all the way up to the ceiling. This doesn't look like it belongs in the school, no matter how you look at it. It's in the mechanical graphics book? Gotcha. No shit, Sherlock. Of course it doesn't belong here. What are you, an idiot? All 8 participants stood in a circle around the black cylinder, waiting for something to happen. When it was clear nothing would automatically trigger, they got impatient and searched the surface. What's the big deal? We don't have a lot of time. I think close to an hour and a half already went by as of now. That's a fourth of our time. Open up already, you dumb shit. Will you cease your incessant auditory pollution pertaining to every single element belonging in any situation whatsoever? This three-dimensional curvilinear object with consoles with card slots around its perimeter and the one labeled as cow. I don't think you fit in there even if your body is also labeled cow. I presume you're having a plethora of exciting times at my expense. Both of you shut up already. You're giving me a headache. If you're not willing to figure out how this works without jumping at each other's throats, you might as well die first. Despite their faces not being visible at the moment, it was clear Gula and Superbia were glaring at each other, until both miraculously saw reason and dropped it. Anyway, as I found out with Ava, the console surrounding this thing might help us if we insert our cards. I'm assuming we each have a specific spot. Didn't Mia say she would give us further instructions anyway? Yeah, she said she was going to come back when we were going to vote, didn't she? It's technically not time to vote just yet. The cards need to be in first. Okay, let's insert our me cards and we'll see then. All of them agreed, and mechanically, their hands all pushed their me card into the corresponding slot in each console. After a brief moment, nothing happened. I knew this was stupid. Did we do something wrong? No, I don't think so. Me said we needed 9 me cards to open this at first, right? Yeah, we were supposed to be 9 here. Fine then, I guess we'll all need my help. Superbia reached into her shirt and pulled out another me card from seemingly nowhere. All the others stared at her accusingly. Despite the mask covering all their faces, none of them said anything, prompting her to indignantly huff back at them. Oh, what now? You're gonna tell me I'm a bad girl for concealing a me card? Bitch, please. As if you wouldn't have done the same to secure yourself for your next votes. She went to the leftover console, which was labeled Panda, to insert the me card into it. Once that was done, she waited a little bit before walking back to the console labeled Rabbit. All of a sudden, right when she took her spot back, me reappeared to all of them.
Oh, how splendid. You have made it to your first vote. While the implications of what will happen shortly are terrifying, I shall take delight in knowing you're safe and ready. You can't see it just yet, but the cylinder in the middle will be gone. You might currently be feeling it recede into the ground. In front of you, once your vision will have come back, will be a shotgun. Not just any shotgun, this is a specially made shotgun which can attach to the frontal hexagon of your masks. You will have 10 minutes to attach your helmets to it upon the insertion of a me card and put in your vote, or you will surrender your right to live. No worries, King Cheese. It is a non-negotiable, 100% certain chance of death. The 6-hour timer will be paused for those 10 minutes. That means you can indeed survive 10 minutes longer than the timer allows if you do it right on the hour. You will no longer need to unlock the cylinder, so you may put your next cards directly into the contraption in the middle if you wish to give away your right to vote, and kill at your indiscriminate leisure. Remember, you still need 2 voting sessions to unlock the way in. The 10-minute timer will start now. This is probably one of the final times I'll be speaking to you like this. If anything important happens, I will still intercede, but otherwise we'll be saying bye-bye. I will have one final announcement ready after your vote has ended. Unfortunately, one of you won't be there to see it, which is really sad. I'll see you later. Ching Cheese, can't handle the... it is a shotgun. Everyone's vision faded back into reality once again. This time, as me promised, a shotgun was waiting for them right in front of their helmets. Everyone looked at them with a great apprehension. If you think I'm going to just do whatever you say me, you're a goddamn idiot. Who would put their face on the barrel of a shotgun? We have 10 minutes. There's no time to think. Quick, put your face to this shotgun or you're going to die. I screamed inside him to locate my visage in front of an instrument death. There was no objection. Almost simultaneously, all the students and the teacher pushed the front of their helmets against the symbol on the end of the shotguns, slotting them into the indentations and locking themselves in place.
Gosh, this scene is so terrifying. Good, everyone acted quickly since it was their first time, and they didn't even think about waiting a little before locking themselves in place, now to convince them of the person they have to vote for. We still have to decide on who we're voting for, right? I think we should talk about it quickly then, we don't have a lot of time. I think Kara's the mastermind, let's vote for her. I guess I'm in. Loath as I am to admit it, I hold no objections. Wait, that's way too hasty. Where is that coming from? I don't think the mastermind is Cora. Sorry, I don't think the mastermind is Cora. We have 33% with 5 people. This probably was not a good idea. It sounds a little too quick to me too. Because her name doesn't fit with the sins. Do you have any another option then? If not, we'll vote for the most suspicious one, and that right now is totally Cora. She's way too good with the puzzle we had to do, and her name basically screams Pandora. Something like that, I guess? I'm not too bothered over my vote unless you comment on opinion names the proverbial firearm at my own self. You guys really should care more, because the faster the real mastermind dies, the earlier we're out of here. Besides, none of this really makes her the mastermind, does it? Yeah, but we're the only 2 who thinks that way. What about the others? Ava? Lux?
We don't have any other choice. It's gotta be her, right? Who else could it be among all of us?
I'm not sure about my vote just yet, but I'll go with what the majority decides. It could be any of us, but first I'd like to hear out what Cora has to say about it. They're all latching onto the first option that saves them personally. How despicably self-centered. And Cora had to think fast. She hated stressful situations, but she had no choice now. So far, it looked like everyone except Vidi and Tristidia were going to vote for her. She needed to tip the balance to convince at least 2 of the others to vote for someone else. Was there anything she could say in her defense while putting the blame onto someone else? I guess this will all depend on what I've seen and learned so far. Did you guys think it's weird how Bia is taking the lead and trying to steer you? Explain your reasoning. You're looking to kill the real Pandora, right? She was all on board in treating the previous death as Pandora, but now she's trying to have me killed. I'm not Pandora anyway. You can say whatever you want. Need I remind you that you're the most suspicious one here? You already said your reasoning, but can you elaborate a bit? I'm not an idiot, so I know your name was weird. It sounds like Pandora for one, but it's also not a deadly sin. And also, you haven't been exploring with the others earlier. I saw you hanging around by the bathrooms. It's like you don't need to do it because you know everything already. Defeating those points quickly is mandatory. There's only so little time, though. I don't think we can. The more Cora wanted to argue and pin it onto someone else, the more she realized that she really didn't have much to put together at all. As the minutes passed, everyone spoke out in turn, growing into a cacophony of arguments until finally Cora just had to say something. Wait, I have something else. Everyone finally saw reason and paused while Cora quickly put her thoughts together. They wouldn't wait very long, given that the timer was running out shortly. We could change our names, but we can't change our helmets. The rabbit helmet you wear is very suspicious, Bia. It makes you appear a lot more inoffensive than you really are, but that just means you're the most dangerous one. What is your problem? Do you want to die or something? Because I can send you there quick and easy if you really want. Wait, don't start this. We don't have the time. The vote is almost here. Your helmet would have been more suitable being a donkey due to how much of an ass you are. This whole time you've been just antagonizing other people. You're a threat to everyone here. What I do and don't do isn't anything you need to worry over, little imbecile. I could buy out your entire family and turn them into my dad's slaves if I wanted. Damn, holy crap. Like that's gonna help you after you're dead. Hey, stop, the both of you. I'm not going to stop. Fuck you. You have the personality of a porcupine. Every time you talk, spines fly out and everyone gets pricked, so no one wants to get close to you. Porcupines don't shoot spines in their mouth, you idiot. Bears are stupid and so are you. A jab at my helmet? Why don't you look at yourself in the mirror in the morning and realize how much of a buck-toothed fuckface you are before stepping outside? Holy crap! We're just diving in on the yelling. We are just... This is the name-calling game right now. Holy crap, this is just the name-calling game. This is us against Superbia, and that's it. We're gonna die, but Superbia, we're just gonna criticize her. I don't mean buck teeth, it's a helmet that looks like that, you moron. Besides, you wouldn't even know the meaning of mirror. Stop talking about them. And that pink hair, is that natural? Like cotton candy hair? You're trying to look cute or something? Even with your appearance, it's flabbergasting anyone talks to you at all. Yeah, she really likes that middle finger, true. It's called style and I suit it. I take care of my hair so much that Pandora saw fit to give me a helmet worthy of my hairstyle. What do you have, huh? 2 stupid little buns, that's what. The altercations between the 2 of them continued for several moments during which nobody else could place a single word. By the time everyone noticed how much time we had been wasted, the detonations came. Every shotgun fired leading to all their deaths.
Oh.
Well, that was a mess. I guess pointing the finger blindly isn't going to be helpful. There's no point in worrying over it now since everyone's dead. Without a lead, I need to get someone's trust. Vidi seemed like the most promising person to help. Maybe if I could try again, maybe things wouldn't go this badly. Yeah, no, everyone died, King Cheese. Everybody died. But the box remained shut. So I think that's giving me tips on like what I need to do to go a proper way. So I think I need to start with NVIDIA. Also, dead end. So we found another dead end. Okay. So with 33% of trust in everybody, we ended up still dying. The voting session goes extremely badly. Yeah. But we now have 2 different ways that we can go. So with that being said, we can now load into file this one. And we still can go right here. Can I autofill? So what happens if I autofill choices? These next 2 options will lead you somewhere. True. So right now, okay, so right now, it's saying that if I decide to talk to Superbia and autofill the rest of the choices, I'm screwed. Okay, there was a choice here that changes things. And it's essentially autofilling my choices. If I go right here, it's preferring that I stay with NVIDIA. So this is assuming that I speak with NVIDIA. So let us go here and... No, I want to approach Avaridia. It's kind of what I want to do. Because trust one, or talk to more. So let's go, let's start here. Oops, flow. So yeah, we're going to go autofill choices and go here. We're going to talk to Avaridia. All 3 of them? Yeah, okay. So we've already seen this before. So I'm just going to kind of skip through this so that way we can talk to Avaridia. She joined NVIDIA, who was examining Avaridia, who reciprocated the stare. The air was a little tense, as though the older woman was utterly annoyed with him. Yes, can I help you? I just didn't expect... You're not a student, are you? The woman stayed silent for a while, looking slightly ticked off. Ancora watched the exchange for a moment, comparing it to the others, meeting Superbia not too far away. The rabbit was getting absurdly angry. That's a contrast if I've ever seen one. How astute. Yes, I'm not a student. I'm a teacher in this school. Do I have to be examined by everyone here right now? It's slightly annoying. I'm assuming all the others have already noted the fact there's clearly an old woman in the group, and that's what's ticking her off. NVIDIA backed off, raising both of his hands defensively. My bad. Anyway, I'm NVIDIA, and I'm guessing you're one of the names on that list too. I'm Avaridia, and obviously it's not my real name. Do you know what it means? It's Latin for greed. I can't say I'm happy with it. Okay, so she could be the sin for greed. She could be the sin for greed, okay. Good to meet you at any rate. I promise I won't treat you any differently than anyone else. Get to meet me? In here? Don't think so, no. Well, you're a teacher and figure of authority, so that's reassuring. Do you hear yourself? You just said you wouldn't treat me any differently than anyone else. NVIDIA looked like he'd received a gut punch from mere words alone. Dealing with this woman clearly wasn't going to be easy. Ancora couldn't see her face, but she definitely looked permanently annoyed. I'm Ancora. I was with NVIDIA and Superbia earlier. Yeah, I could see that. Just, She reached behind herself to mess with her hair a little, making it look even messier than before. Look, I might look cold, but at least I'm glad no one died so far, okay? Don't you two have others to meet too, anyway? Thank you for your time. I guess it wouldn't be a madhouse of criminals if someone wasn't extremely impolite. After everyone introduced themselves to each other, the group took a few moments to sort everything out. So to recapitulate, we have Ancora, the girl... Yeah, okay. So, let's save. Because I think the best thing we can do right now, because now that we have that chosen, I think we need to... Okay, I'm gonna say Gula. No, I have to keep going? Oh, I have to keep going and choose... I have to choose wisely now. Oh shit. Okay, we're gonna split, keep going until we get to the split. So let's keep going. So I guess this is why you have to speed through things, because we've already seen this before. And we've already seen this stream. So if we've seen something this stream, we'll skip through it. If we haven't seen the stream, we won't skip through it. How's that sound? We're probably gonna go look at Gula and Luxuria, so I kind of want to get on Luxuria's good side right now. Oh, whoops. Well, I mean, we said this last stream, sorry. Yeah. Solve. You guys already said this. Sorry, that's Lux just trying to be cute. We solved it! Hooray! Okay. So, alright, going forward. So, we need to also listen to Ira, I just realized. Because we need to help Ira now, because that's another choice that we haven't seen yet. Superbia was holding her head, muttering profanities while trembling. Ancora understood what happened very quickly after looking at the doorway and noticing Superbia's height. It looks like she hit her helmet ear on the doorway. Serves her right. Yeah, I'm fine. Pandora's a total dumbass for giving me that helmet. I'm already tall. I don't need even more height, and especially if I can't see the damn things. That's good, then you're okay. Ha, you think I need your pity? I think he was just trying to be nice. Yeah, right. Girl, listen, in here there are no allies, so him being nice doesn't amount to much. The rabbit shrugged, one hand still holding the helmet. And it won't make this fucking helmet stop vibrating so hard anyway. Vibrating? Ancora and Ava stared at each other. Yeah, like it's resonating. Holy shit, this just Canis noise. Ah, it's finally slowing down. What a Pink, how's it going? Welcome. The rabbit took a few uneasy steps before setting straight again, just as though nothing happened. She walked back forward with the other students. Once Superbia had rejoined the group, the helmet shut down, and bam, everyone's getting used to it. Yep, and we see this. Okay, so right now we just need to go into Luxuria's helmet. See what's going on there. And that way we can start piecing together what we kind of really need to do. So let's go hack Luxuria's. I have no idea what she is. Possibly. Wait, what's this? There's nothing? But our helmets share the same frequency. I made absolutely sure to check. Wait, what? So we can't go into Luxuria's helmet? There's not much I can do about it right now. I have no idea why this is happening. Maybe there's an error in the program, or I'm just missing something vital somehow. It should normally immediately boot. All I could do was pick another helmet to hack for now. For now, I'll be hacking... Okay, look. I can't hack Luxuria's? Why can't I hack Luxuria's? Alright, we're gonna hack Ira's. So we already know what happens with Ira's, just to give like a brief summary. What happens with the Ira's helmet is that we find out that Superbia and Ira know each other, they're dating, and Ira will listen to anything that Superbia says. Oops. Never. Hey, welcome back, Zelda. So we're just gonna skip through this. Just had to finish off work. No worries. Okay, so we've figured this out, and like I said, I already know what happens, so we're just gonna skip through this real quick. Because like I said, all that happens in this one is that we find out Superbia and Ira know each other. Superbia is emotionally and physically abusive towards Ira, and Ira will do anything that Superbia says. Also, Ira has a stutter, and Superbia is the most supreme bitch of all time. Okay, and then we already see this. Yes, Vidi trusts us. So what trust do we have? 33% for snake, 66% for lion, 33% wolf, 33% pig. So let's see what happens. Headache. So what I think we need to do is we need to get to the next dark area. Hey, Cassie, how's it going? Sorry. Here's this. So we... battered. Okay, so we've already seen this before. And Cora had to think fast. She hates stressful situations. Don't you guys think it's weird how Bia's taking the lead, trying to steer you? Up there, you said you're amazing. Slow time. Okay, here's a new one. It's a new scene. The more Ankara wanted to argue and pin it on someone else, the more she realized that she didn't really have much to put together at all. As minutes passed, everyone spoke, had something. Wait, I have something else. It's reason paused. We could change our names, we could change our helmets. Wait. Did I still die? Yeah, we still died. Shit. I look different? Yeah, I shaved. Shit. What I miss? Well, crap. KO. Yeah. Everyone died again. Okay. And 277. So that's locked. We have to choose those. So here's now the new thing that I think we get to see. And this would be super helpful. So right now, we're going to autofill choices. It's going to say, okay, so it's saying NVIDIA. For this, it's choosing Viridia and Luxuridia. Autofill choices. What happens if I go right here? We still die. We still die. So it autofills the choices for us. So I think what we need to do is we need to have, oh my gosh, so we have to do this. So here's what I'm thinking. Oh gosh, okay. So hold on. So run 3. I just want to, gosh, this is going to suck. Oh, this is going to be crazy. Hold on. So hack so we die. Word, you're going to have to help me out, buddy, here. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Okay, so technically this one, we talk to reset. Reset. Thank you. This one is Luxuria. Doing the darker one, apparently. Gosh. I have to keep track of every single run, guys. I have to keep track of every single run. Well, hold on. So I'm gonna put right here. So that's what happens there. Everyone dies. But it says that. So, okay. Yeah, we're not talking about Animal Crossing right now. We're not playing that game. Also, what up, Deck Cameo? How's it going? So who do I want on my team? I think we need NVIDIA on our team. Well, hold on. I think we need NVIDIA on our team and Viridia. I think we need NVIDIA and Viridia. I think that is the most important thing. Getting NVIDIA and Viridia on our team. So let us try that. So let's get Viridia right here. Okay, Viridia. I don't think it matters if it's I don't think it matters if it's Gula or Luxuria. Go right here. You could say NVIDIA. There's new choices down there, but I don't know why we want to choose new choices down here. Luxuria. NVIDIA. Well, 2. What if we hack Viridia's helmet? Still dies. Could we hack Luxuria's helmet there? Let's see if we try. What happens if we try hacking Luxuria's helmet? Let's see what happens. Okay. So let's try to hack Luxuria's helmet. I think this would be a good idea. does change. I just realized it does change. And we can't hackers. Hold on. We're gonna have to erase the save. Yeah. What are the choices? So he dies. There's still more choices here, but why does this matter? Why does this matter? Something matters here. Something matters here. Hold on. Let me check your thing. Okay, let's go here. We got to see all the options. So I want to just let you guys know, in this timeline, in this run, Vidi died from the vote. So yes, Wolf Boy, or a Wolf Friend here, Wolf Friend is dead. He got voted to die. And Cora found the others as they were caught in rather heated debate among themselves. No way am I going with anybody here. Now that I know you've all loons like Vidi, I can't take any chances for myself.
Is this cacophony related to what we was trying to tell you before dying?
No, I just don't give a shit about any of you. Should you pursue this unreasonable course of action, I suggest we remove you from the group promptly and set you aside. Outside the rooms we shall be investigating, without a meat card for the subsequent voting session. You guys can't vote without me anyway, so you have to hand it over sooner or later. Ira's fist went closed with anger, looking at the others, and Cora realized she just had to do something or else a fight was going to break out. In order to mediate the group, and Cora... Wait. Choice 6 and 7 need to be switched. Choice 6 and 7 need to be switched. Let's okay. Do we have anything with her? No. Let's disagree with both sides. What are you doing? Trist, Bia, Ira, Ula, all of you, just stop, please.
Oh hey, Cora. Stay out of this, we got this.
No, you don't. I really don't care. Do not care about any of you, and I don't want to give with any of you.
And Cora's voice was drowned out by the fight starting anew, so she decided to scream at the top of her lungs to combat the noise. Shut up! We have no time, so I'll take the bitch and you guys can group up. What the hell? No fucking way.
It's either that or you stay out of the rooms and get off next, most likely. Nobody wants to deal with that useless brat.
Al's proposition went rather flawlessly. The entire group was glad to not have to deal with Superbia anymore, so they didn't have any issue pawning her off to Cora. Only Ira didn't change his stance for a few moments before he reluctantly agreed to it. Horse went up. I think horse went up.
Very well then. I'll be going with Ira, and Ula will be going with Ava.
Are you certain of this? The teams seem utterly unbalanced, and I'm afraid I cannot accept a mere thoughtless endeavor.
No, it's not unbalanced. You and Ava are smart, but I think I'm able to piece things to get better. That way I should go with the most cognitively challenged individual in order to round it out.
If you're so certain of your assumptions, very well. Yet I harbor some disagreements regarding the fact that you believe your personage to be so mentally superior to us.
I'll be leaving the group now, okay? Bia, come. We're go have to look for what Luxuria wanted us to check, and then we'll go. The rabbit-themed girl shrugged and went with the bear-themed girl after a brief goodbye thrown to the others. Joining back with Luxuria, the two girls noticed the smaller one had been in the process of examining the machine already. Lux, we've got to go soon to solve a room. The timer's ticking down and...
No, wait, Cora, look, Bia, you too!
The two girls approached curious. Luxuria was examining the 9th station, the one that belonged to the person the two others hadn't seen.
I think we can do something here.
She pointed at the mechanism behind. The shotgun that had been propped up was held by a tall pillar to match the console, which one could open by applying pressure onto the inside panel, not visibly from afar.
And what does that all mean? I don't know yet, but it opens.
Cora knelt beside it and took a look inside. There was a machinery, congs and belts. Clearly they were all made to hook into one another to trigger the shotgun. How it actually worked remained a mystery at simple glance. We can mess with this one and it won't matter too much, but the others won't open. This is dangerous territory to cross though. I want to look at it too. Think it's fine if we fuck around with this stuff, or will me roll over us all like, what up?
It might be good to look at the others. Maybe they open like this one. There shouldn't be any harm in just having a look, but I think me will get mad if we break this stuff.
So for those also who don't know, the shotguns actually come off. We did that last time, and for some reason it raised our trust with this person. So we need to not do that. Let's avoid that at all costs. Ancora stood back and let Superbia have a look inside the box. While the rabbit remained there, the other girls searched the rest. As much as Ancora tried, no box opened like the first one, except for the one behind Nvidia's console. So they can open after they fire? Something doesn't feel right. Must be a problem with the mechanism. None of this should be accessible under normal circumstances. Ancora watched the box for a moment before reaching inside with a hand. She found a small switch she could flip. It was very well hidden in the very back. Unless she knew where to find it, it seemed impossible to figure out its location. That's a mechanism to release the gun. This will give a very huge advantage over the others, but it will also make it much harder to garner their trust. Hey, Sybil, how's it going? Either way, it's not loaded. None of them are. What happens when they fire is entirely from the helmet side. Her thumb brushed against the switch, and after a small push of her hand, the mechanism began moving. Very quickly, the bare-themed girl pulled her arm out of the box, just as the class released the instrument of death. The question remained. Either Ancora took the gun or she left it there. On one hand, the gun would give her protection, as if it was left there to act as a shield. Ancora glanced at the other two. They hadn't noticed the gun coming loose. Having it would make her a prime target. That was why, if she took it, she had to be sure what she wanted to do with it. With the stress of the moment getting to her head, Ancora just looked at the gun. And increased it with Snake. So Lux. She rose back up to merely examine the gun. Soon Superbia glanced over, keeping her distance still. What's up with the gun? Found anything special? No, nothing. She reached for the gun before Superbia could do it, lifting it up and off the slot. As she did so, Superbia took a step back, looking surprised enough that her body reacted instantly. Hey, what are you doing with this? I'm just looking at it. She flipped the gun over, trying to figure out how to open it. After doing so, she confirmed to Superbia the shotgun had no shells. Luxuria arrived at that moment, noticing the fact too before Ancora put the gun back where it was. See? They're not loaded. It didn't feel too reassuring, but Ancora didn't feel like she had to explain herself any further. She was actually eager to move from the voting stand since the boxes could be opened if the person in question died. The last thing I'd want is for anyone else to grab one of the shotguns even if they aren't loaded. Unsurprisingly, the two girls followed without any fuss. Much like Ancora, they were in a hurry to move away from where the instruments of death were being held. On the way towards Wing A, Superbia asked the two girls a peculiar question. Hey, let's say you had a shotgun and it was loaded. Who would you shoot? Huh? Her tone made it clear the question took her by surprise. Time was ticking, but the three of them came to a standstill near the entrance to Wing A. Are you sure we have time for this? Why not? Do we really have to explore a room? We got 6 hours, 2.5 nearly went by, votes in about 35 minutes. Oh, we need those me cards. Unless someone dies during this hour slice. Luxuria's knees shook a little. Ancora could tell that she wasn't a fan of the upcoming plan of assassination. Those guns aren't loaded anyway. Maybe Tristidia? He's a little creepy. Ancora looked at Luxuria's supplies. The girl had been quite scared of bodies earlier, and now she was answering to Suburbia. Though I do agree, he's a little creepy. So Ancora, what's it going to be then? If you could shoot someone, who? Ancora thought about it for a moment. She figured answering either Superbia or Luxuria wouldn't be a good idea. Given the choice, she would shoot... Word. Word, this isn't on your spreadsheet! Word, this isn't on your spreadsheet. Hold on, let's insert, shift down, nope. Insert one above, never mind, hold on. So I need to do one above. Didn't know there was one. I know, but I'm just saying. Okay, so this one is taking the gun. Set. So what animals are there? So there's the panda, the bear, the snake, the rabbit, the wolf, the lion, the pig, the horse, and the cow. There's 9 people total. Okay. So who did we try to kill last time? Gula. Ira. I think I chose Tristidia last time, right? Which one is Ira? Ira's the lion. Ira is, if I say that, Superbia is gonna kill me. I think I'm gonna have to choose Ira. No, let's just choose Gula, just to save safe. I'd probably go for Gula. Her speech is far too distinguished not to be a sign of her involvement. Those words caused a moment of silence between the girls. It's as if the two others were considering it, until Superbia shrugged, as if it didn't matter to her. But you're right either way. Regardless of who you shoot, the guns aren't loaded. Let's just move on. Did we crit? Nothing raised, okay? Nothing raised there. Gula's a bear? Nope, Gula's a cow. The rabbit-themed girl gave a nod toward the open hallway, and Cora stared at Luxuria, who said nothing, though she averted her gaze, following up on the matching order from before, and Cora took the lead. Merciless. And Cora stopped in front of the closed door. This was the classroom the first group had chosen to explore. She wasn't sure if this was Ira or Tristidia's room, or if it was Avaridia and Gula's room. The metal plate at the top was far too high for her to look inside without jumping in either way. It was covered by said metal plate. Even if she couldn't reach it, it was useless. This door's closed, so there's no point in sticking around. The girl set off again, finding a second door that was much like the first. The other two groups had gone for the closest ones. I wonder what kind of subject each group is learning about now. She murmured to herself, but no one answered her. The two girls must have been thinking about it too. She assumed they were too stressed out by what they might have to solve in their room. Finally, Cora stood before the final room for the section of room A, and she opened the door to look inside. It was a comfortable lounging area. She was about to walk in before she realized something was amiss. Luxuria and Superbia were gone. Yeah, this is... Hold on. Pick Gula last time? I did pick Gula last time too? Oh my gosh. And it doesn't matter which way I go, because you go there. I can't believe I picked Gula last time. I should pick Tristidia. Well, we know what happens. We know what happens, by the way. For those who are curious, we go, we look around. Let's go to the first hallway. And we get shot in the face. Surya. Shotgun's still there for some reason. Zyra. Yeah. So for those who don't know, we get shot in the face once for that ending. So it looks like regardless we get shot in the face. Actually, shot. Unlock something. No, I don't think so. I mean, right now it's locked. So here's what I'm thinking. Trust 1, I'd say we do Superbia, okay? Trust 1, then we go to Ira. Let's get them to trust us. And then we'll also get Gula on our side. Then here, I want to help Ira. And trust 2, we're gonna hack Ira's helmet. Let's go, we figured it out. There we go, we figured it out. We got it. Because now Ira almost completely trusts us. Ira almost completely trusts us now. He's 99% on trust. Doesn't matter who we choose here. Avaridia's. Okay, we die if it's Avaridia's. We don't know what happens there. Okay. If we help Nvidia, we die. If we help Luxuria, we die. Okay. I'm kind of just curious what's here. Tristidia and Avaridia. Okay. And it doesn't matter so far who we decide here, but let's go Gula. So someone else is going to die here. Someone else is going to die. But who dies? An hour and 20 minutes have passed. Okay, so let's get to the new thing. Okay, bad, splendid. Made it to the first vote. I'll see you later. Okay, everyone's saying about Cora. You guys should be more careful. Fast. What you guys think about your reasoning? So this is it. So Pandora could have taken anyone's name, which includes you two. Okay. So by the way, you already said reasoning can manipulate, refuting points mandatory, but there's only so much time. And Tora took a deep breath. There wasn't much time to say everything she wanted to say, and anyone saw Crucible her doom. Pandora couldn't have taken anyone's name, which includes you two. So why am I the most suspicious? Before you answer that, consider this. How did you come to the conclusion your name is actually Superbia? There was this paper in our room, and we clearly had the answer right to the escape room. No way. The answer we had to yell wasn't our names, it was the link all of us shared. In other words, my emptiness. She's right. We knew these names because we all remembered them, not because we read them on the paper. I suppose it is misguided on Bia's part. However, my suspicions situate themselves on Cora, regardless given the other accusations. Your name is still whack, and sounds like Pandora anyway. Remove the P, change the D to a C, and there you go. And Cora. Though it is not as if she chose it. Much like you, she had amnesia. However, I assume the Mastermind is faking it. Be that as it may, well, perhaps. It seems like we're making some kind of headway. I've already is giving them a little bit too much to think about, but hopefully nobody's going to notice the hint she just gave them all. See, the name means nothing. Why would I pick the name that makes me look the most suspicious? Let's say you're right and the Mastermind made sure the 9th person died to take their name. What's a safer bet to not be found out? The strange name or one of those conforming to the model? Logically speaking, I think you picked the name conforming to the model to blend in, but that's if your goal is not to be found out. Then again, I don't know what kind of goal would have you want to be found out. And what is our goal here? Among Us, we have to kill the real face of me. It wouldn't be much of a game if it was this so easy to find Pandora in the first vote without any kind of clue other than guesswork. Don't tell me you're all buying this. Reverse psychology might have a good chance in swaying their opinions. Look, you've been a huge bitch to everyone, so I don't see why I should follow you more than Cora. It's true the name Cora doesn't fit with the rest, but... Word. I personally would rather just vote on the issue in the group first, and you're pretty high on the list right now. I'm still not entirely convinced, though there is logic to what you're ascertaining. We still need more information. Until then, we don't have a choice. Yeah, no worries. Don't worry about Run 4. Everybody is remaining silent. I think she's considering what's been said so far. Maybe she's been swayed already, which means only one more needs to be convinced. We need to convince Ira. Instead of looking at what's most suspicious, we should turn the chessboard over and think like Pandora. For example, what wrongful assumptions could we have made about her? This is new. This didn't happen last stream. She said she's among us, but she could be lying. I don't see why she wanted to put herself in danger. Also, Pandora's being a girl's name is dangerous to assume too. The most likely scenario is that Pandora isn't a girl, but instead a boy, and we've been misguided from the start. She does bring a good point with this. Pandora always felt like a girl due to that name, but it's possible she's a guy pretending to be a girl. And that's if we think we would be much less suspicious that way. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, but we're really out of time soon. I doubt Vidi or Trist would be Pandora. You're both smart enough, it would seem too likely. The only viable culprit for the least likely possibility is Ira. But wait, you don't actually think that, do you? Fuck off, Ava. He's stupid, but he's not Pandora. Stupid, huh? Please don't insult each other. This isn't going anywhere. She's opening Pandora's box. Oh. Maybe Cora's right. I'm just saying how it is, and I already know he's a bit of a dunce. Yo, so causing Superbia to lash out at Ira is probably going to change Ira's mind. Just a little bit more, and we'll get it. Ira seems to be getting very angry and looks as getting on the train. Time to drop the bomb and secure this outcome. And how do you know all that about him? You two seem really familiar with each other. It's almost like you've got a real relationship together. Something you don't want us to find out? That's a complete lie. Bia. No, shut up. I won't have any of it. This is stupid. You can either vote with me or die like everyone else because you'll be dead wrong. Cora's grasping at straws. Is that why you're suddenly way nervous about it? You're a bad liar, Bia. Is that the truth then? Speak up, bunny. That's not the truth at all, just a stupid lie. But Bia, shut up, say nothing, you imbecile. You're dumb if you think. Bia, you... Okay, so let's assume we do. What then? What does it matter? Is that gonna turn us into the Mastermind or something? Bia, we should tell them. No, stop talking! The only reason why you're not a barefoot hobo is me, so you're going to listen. At that point, Ira closed his hands and fists and punched against the console, causing Superbia to shut up after releasing a small cry of surprise. No, you shut up! You treat me like shit all the time! It's bore over this, bore over that, and you think you can act like that just because you're rich. I don't need your pity. I don't need your money. Look, but before this starts degenerating, yeah, we're dating. Not only are we dating, but I can assure you that she's the very deal. She's not an imposter. I know her well enough for that. She's like this all the time. But me, I'm an accomplice. What are you saying? Just vote for Cora. No, I'm not voting for Cora. I'm voting for myself. Huh? Ira went against Superbia, which clearly was making her increasingly angrier as the seconds passed. I'm an accomplice, so vote for me. All of you vote for me. It's a better future than living out with you like this. Consider this my personal choice, my decision. No! That's kind of unexpected, honestly. Bye, Deck Cameo. Couldn't they just, break up? No, you're not. I'm not voting for your dumbass self. I'm just what? Nobia, you're just mad because this is my choice. That's been my crime anyway. My crime is that I'm an accomplice to all the bad shit going on here, and I won't let you kill Cora too. For the first time, Superbia seemed to be at a loss for words. His tone has definitely changed. He wasn't even stuttering anymore. No one else dared interrupt their discussion. How can you say that? I can say it because I'm tired of it. Maybe you'll be less of a sad sack in the future. I'd rather die and teach you that life is shit when you're alone. I'd rather die than vote for someone who doesn't deserve it, Bia. This is what I can do. This is all I can do in defiance. Superbia smashed her fist against the button to vote, her hand trembling for a few moments. To anyone who stared at her, it was clear her ego had taken a decent blow. You did this to yourself, Ira. Fucking idiot. You won't make me feel bad over it. We'll see about that after I'm dead. And for everyone else, I'll see you in the afterlife. Our lives being toyed with like this. Just what we deserve, isn't it? But I won't stand for it still. Find that asshole and kill them. That is my wish. Calmly, Ira pushed the button. From Kora's view, it wasn't clear who he voted for, but from his tone, it had been crystal clear. He voted for himself. Silence settled in until everyone realized they only had a few seconds to spare before the shotguns were going to fire. Immediately, everyone voted. Seems like they're voting for Ira. Nvidia, Tristidia, and Superbia probably voted for him just for now. With their votes, that's 4. This is going to be a majority vote. Well, I don't know if he was the traitor, but he didn't feel like it. Time to vote. But would it matter? Sorry, Ira, but I can't let your wish come true. Sorry, Ira. The screen above the voting console settled onto Ira's symbol. It was clear what was to follow. It was his execution. Every shotgun but the victims released their hold, leaving the participants to witness the macabre outcome. It took only a moment for the gunshot to come. It sounded like it had shot Ira at point-blank range, but in reality, there were no bullet holes in the helmet he wore. Time slowed down. Eventually, everything froze. A lion eating the sun. Hello. Who are you? Oh no, some say my name is Pandora. Hello then, Pandora. I think I'm dead. What? What? Are you sure? You don't look dead to me. I can't move. I mean, I can, but it's strange. It's what's moving, just my mind? I guess you're dead then, but death is fine too. Yeah, now that you mention it, I guess so. It's kind of hard to make out who's talking. It feels like when you talk, I'm talking to. What does it mean? Maybe you're part of me now, because I remember you. Is that so? What kind of person was I? You were an idiot. A strong body, but a weak mind. You let someone control you. Your aspirations were weak. All that was on your mind was the person who tortured you. You helped them do something horrible, didn't you? I remember now. You're right. I was an idiot. I didn't choose to be poor. It just happened like that. Alone with Mom, no more income. I had to stay strong for the family. And then someone came in, a helper. They provided all I needed. They were my light, my only way out. Then it was all ruined. What happened to ruin it? Pride. Stupid pride blinded them. Part of it was my fault too. I refused to change. A common mistake. I was an accomplice to a crime I hated. That desire blinded me, but I couldn't help it. Chasing after a ghost, that's what life was. At least I did something. Are you sure? No, maybe this is just me wishing I did. Because if I'd done nothing, why was I alive? There was nothing. It sucked. Do you remember how you died? Not really, no. Does it matter? Yes. It matters because when you died, it was your choice. Even if you say you'd done nothing, you did choose then. No one was controlling you. So I did something. That's good. I just hope when I died, I was doing the right thing. Thankfully, that doesn't matter now. Yeah, it doesn't matter now. Nothing does. Though, but before I'm done, I want to know my name. Your name? You don't recall? No, I don't know what it is. You sure? But there is something, but I don't know if that's right. What is it? I think it's Marco. And your surname? I don't know. Can you confirm it? Your name's Alex. Alex Seville. I mean, that's weird. That I ended up forgetting my name. Maybe it's Alex. Even that doesn't matter now, though. So, Ira's real name is Alex Seville. And also, I mentioned previously last stream, Ira's sin is wrath, which means that confirms Superbia's pride. We know Averidia's is greed. Dust to dust, ashes to ashes. You've surrendered your right to live. I'll now carry your memory. Thanks. What? Well, that's done now. As time resumed its flow, the aftermath of the vote's outcome rang through Ancora's head again. Among the group was a dead body. Right afterward, a detonation came from it. Ira's head began engulfed in a cloud of smoke and dust. Everyone watched in silent what their vote had caused. After everything settled down, they were expecting to see a limp corpse. The result wasn't too far off the mark, but instead of being merely a corpse, it was a headless corpse. There was nothing left above the shoulders. Oh! The smallest of the bunch immediately averted her gaze to disappear to the other side of the consoles, where there was no dead body and no explosion. Well, where there was no pool of blood marring the ground in its deathly crimson hue. The flood from the neck had caused the floor to take on a reddish tint, with rivulets of the liquid scattered as would drops of rain. Wow, weird. Unlike raindrops which washed, these drying spots remained, a reminder that this was real and that someone had died. Our escaping death was lucky. An opportunity like this wouldn't repeat itself. Next time will be harder. It happened, didn't it? Yes, or I was dead. The dust slowly cleared as the seconds passed. Superbia's hands were closed in fists, and she was trembling. Despite her previous countenance, it was clear the rabbit had been affected by the outcome. While it was lucky, he wasn't my primary target. A clean waste. At least Superbia's lost a pawn. Let's go. We have more cards to find and so little time. I agree. This scene is... The smell is particularly terrible, too. It's just a fucking dead body. You're all from my emptiness. Put on your thick skin. The reality of the situation was slowly sinking inside. Superbia looked at it in video while the boy was accusing her. His blood is on your hands as much as all the people you've mistreated. You drove him to this point. That is none of your concern. Mind your own self. Nvidia shook his head and walked away, prematurely interrupting the conversation. It was clear that Superbia wouldn't be winning anybody's trust anytime soon. The prospects did not please her at all. Ancora looked around. Everybody had gone missing as soon as she went free, most likely to search for another B card. It was the same for Gula, who left just then. The only ones remaining around the consoles were Superbia, Ancora, Luxury, and Tristidia. You don't seem really affected by it, Trist. Tristidia finally stared back at Ancora, shrugging. People live and die. Do you know what percentage of the human population is still alive out there of our entire history? Mathematically, that's around 7.50%. Each death doesn't even make it budge much. Again, Tristidia shrugged. What you see here is just the results. Real results, mind you. There was a result brought on by what we perceived was real, like the Thomas theorem. If men define situations as real, they are real in their consequences. And it's a little like a placebo. We didn't really know if this entire thing was real. If it was a joke or not. Maybe some of us didn't take it seriously. But the consequence is real now. We needed this wake-up call. And let me ask you, what's so peculiar about Ira's dead body? He pointed at the lack of a head. We were all in front of a shotgun. The one in front of him fired, but there were no bullet wounds. Those guns might not really shoot but we still die when they get us. It doesn't matter. We didn't get that mastermind. The others looked at her. It was a real worry. With the timer ticking down again, they had a job to fulfill. Truth be told, the game will really only end the moment I find out the traitor. Anything to manipulate them into thinking they won. I suppose we'll just have to keep the train going. Hopefully I'm not the next to die.
Me neither. Nobody here probably would wish to die next. Even with this, I'm not going to offer myself up, even though I'm sure you've all made up your minds on your next vote already.
It's not as though death is that terrible. We've been dead for like an eternity before we were born. Dying is just returning to that state. For all eternity, this time. For Ira, this just came earlier than the rest of us. And the dead don't give a shit about what their corpse looks like. He sighed after talking, leaving the surroundings shortly thereafter. His tone had been completely void of any care for the deceased. Superbia left after him, most likely to search for a new me card, but not without looking at the dead body one last time. Hey, Jem, how's it going? Not really robot people, they're actual people with masks on. But holy shit. I was not expecting Ira to just ask to die, essentially. Or Alex, rather. Alex Seville. Poor Alex. Once this switches, I want to check something. The only remaining one was Luxuria. Ancora approached her. The girl was sobbing lightly into her mask. Despite her nature, Ancora was having issues ignoring the girl while she was clearly distraught. We can go elsewhere if you want. I guess I can't believe this actually happened. Twice now, twice a beheading. I mean, same, Baba, same. That is from when that girl got the wrong guess, most likely. As Ancora noticed when she wandered close to her, Luxuria was extremely destabilized by the event, to the point where she was not only hugging herself in fear, but also on the verge of mental collapse. Want to help me put in the cards into the slots in the middle? We have to do it at some point, so we may as well fill 9 cards in. Okay. The angle of her helmet showed she gave a glance towards the headless corpse before she set off to work alongside Ancora. The two of them began collecting the deactivated cards in the consoles, careful not to wander in front of one of the shotguns. It would be too stupid if one of them fired by mistake. Hits obviously can fire unless a void is cast and that they don't shoot real bullets. Lux, do you trust me? Ancora asked the question, though. She didn't expect any real answer out of the girl. To her surprise, she nodded while they were putting the cards in the bomb. Do we have anything? No, we have no trust with her. Never mind. Yeah, a little now. Bia still doesn't look all right to me. We should team up, I think. You're staying behind to help, so I think I can trust you. We should do something for her, to reach out to her. She's clearly shaken, don't you think? I see. Well, I trust you too, Lux. You're right. We should team up. As for Bia, maybe. Getting some allies is vital for the next round, whatever that may be. Do you trust Ula too? I noticed you two went off together earlier. Yeah, Ula's actually really nice, even if she looks a little odd. She gave me the meat card we found, you know? That sounds nice, right? In that case, maybe Ula could be part of the team. I don't know much about her, myself. We should talk with her later. Ancora tried to think of who else they could trust and add to their team. Judging by what they've been told, they were going through the same thing over and over, and the others most likely considered that progress too. Solving a puzzle room, getting me cards, voting them, opening the way further in, repeat. Isn't this what insanity is? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results? Luxuria had stopped moving in front of one of the consoles, as if examining it more closely. It was Ira's console. After a few moments of silence, she joined Ancora again. Did she have an issue removing the card? I think Vidi could be a good member of the team too. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. But Ancora could tell her mind was elsewhere. I'll go check with the others. Put the rest of the cards in, okay? She gave a half-hearted wave that Luxuria didn't even reply to. And it's probably a better idea to get the others to and help them with the puzzle, just so things keep going smoothly. Ancora met with the others. Tristidia and Avaridia were huddled near a square panel reminiscent of one from before. Hey, Ancora. We're trying to solve this. Give us a hand, will you? I'm not very good at this. I only know what I know. Before either of them could do anything else, their visions turned into the familiar fake environment once more. Hey, it's me! Me wasn't done giving them instructions. Greetings once more. I'm sure you'd rather not see me again, not after the vote, and your forced witness of a dead body. I would like to remind you that there will be 5 more in total today, other than this one. So you should strap yourselves in. The carnage isn't over yet. Far from it. Fortunately for you, now you have an hour to respite. Please use your time well. We'll be heading towards more of those education rooms now. If you'd remember the room you woke up in, they're a little like that. All the meat cards are hidden further inside. To progress, you will have to unlock the door leading to the hallways, much like how you've unlocked the previous one. That is correct, another puzzle awaits you. Yeah, I'm playing as Cora, word.
Hopefully you didn't kill off your best puzzle solver yet, or else you wouldn't regret it now.
The timer inside of Ancora's helmet read exactly 4 hours remaining.
Once you made your way inside, you will have to split up into 3 groups. You may be 1, 2, or 3 in a group. The very moment 4 people enter the same classroom, they will surrender their right to live. Each classroom has an assigned subject for you to study and a question to answer. The subject in question will be given to you personally by me after 39 seconds have elapsed once the room's door has been opened, which is also when it will close and lock. Don't you feel smarter by learning various subjects? Another smart thing to do, not opening the doors until you're ready to go in, otherwise it will lock you out for 39 minutes. Please remember that once you enter a room, you will also only have 39 minutes before you surrender your right to live. Time is of the essence, and I will stop taking it from you now. From now on, I will only appear to give you each room subject as you enter them. I wish all 7 of you good luck, and don't forget, I'll see you later.
And Cora looked at the 2 others. Everidia looked back at her, only Trustidia had his mind elsewhere, looking away instead. Anything the matter?
No, it's just thinking. Feel free to solve the puzzle. Something just caught me by surprise.
Yeah, I guess it would be a shame if the best puzzle solver would be dead, huh? Without further ado, Cora set off to solve the puzzle that opens the doors for everyone else. Puzzle time, let's go! Let's go! Puzzle time, let's go! Alright, solve this puzzle. Spell valid words around clockwise. Oh, really? Hold on. Jeez, this is crazy. ROUNDCLOCKWSE. Valid words around clockwise. That's a pretty good puzzle. I like that one. That was really good. That was a good puzzle. So real quick, because I actually do want to check the flowchart now. Top tier. So interestingly enough, I mean, we're about to make a choice. Wait, what the heck? What is this? Ira dying. So since it's unlocked because Ira's dead, we can continue on. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna secret ending. I don't think it's a secret ending. I think it's just showing that Ira's dead. Because that's the lion mask. Yeah, that definitely is the lion mask. And then this is just saying that yeah. It was just a conversation had. Yeah. So here's what I'm thinking. What we're going to do is we're going to keep playing until we get to either this or this choice. So if we hack a helmet, we're going to be done. If we get an ending, then we're done. So let's keep going. Because we still got one more stream today. With the puzzle solved, the doors were now operational. As the group of 3 figured out, this led to another hallway. From what they could see at first, it was much more expansive than the last one, since it didn't have metal plates in place to stop their advance on one side. They arrived at a split in the road. One led to the left with many classrooms, and another fork with one direction, blocked by more metal plates, while the right side led to a few more classrooms as well as a locked set of doors. Let's have a look at the long hallway.
Indeed, more interestingly, I say.
The 3 of them went down the hall, looking at each door. Some of them were stuck, bolted in place, while others were only closed. The difference could only be felt when Ancora pressed onto them with both hands. 3 of them are accessible. Those are the next puzzle rooms. Only 2 were down this way, though. After a while, the hallway turned to the left.
This was mentioned in 3 classrooms, correct? I reckon the last one might be that way.
I'm not so sure about that. The teacher proceeded to try peeking into the familiar classrooms, to no avail. The doors were all closed, as per usual, and all of them had a high rectangular window covered by a metallic plate. Justitia took the lead to check further in, at the very back, only to stop after reaching the corner, and Cora joined him, acting all curious. This is the dead end. This door, but it's got a lock I haven't seen here yet. Judging by where we are, the metal plates separate us from the very first hallway we ran into. Thinking back to the map, and Cora knew he was correct. While they spoke, Viridia pushed onto the doors, but they were all completely bolted down. No use for all these doors either. They're all completely shut. I don't think any of these are going to unlock. It's almost like they're just walls. Like most of them in the first hallway, huh? He spent a moment thinking about what it meant before he shrugged it away, motioning for the others to get a move on. Well, let's go back and share everything we found with the others. The group agreed to the proposition and they went back to the split, where the others had conspicuously arrived seconds later, including Luxuria. After a brief discussion of what was to do next, the group split back up. Luxuria, Nvidia, Gula, and Superbia were checking out the classrooms down the hall while the first trio went over to the closed door they spied earlier. Within seconds, they were standing in front of it. Much like the previous two doors, this one had a puzzle next to it. However, it wasn't lit up yet, so it's not active. So there's some puzzles that aren't active yet. Interesting. We might have to do another voting session to force this panel to light up.
That's a guess if I've ever heard one.
It just makes sense. Everything so far has been methodically built to bar our way when we go too fast. This door isn't going to open anytime soon then.
So what now?
Now we decide on our groups. Let's wait for them in the splits.
They didn't have much time. The clock was ticking. A few seconds later, the other group joined back with them again, and the discussion about how to split up was delayed once more when Luxuria mentioned the possibility to form a voting group.
No, that's not a good idea. People grouping up ahead of time to decide on voting others out would jeopardize the normal decision-making process.
Why does Luxuria just want... Luxuria just wants to vote! What? Somebody needed to chip in, so after some consideration in court... What? Oh my gosh. So either we say, yeah, Lux, let's just vote haphazardly. I think we're just gonna have to agree with the rest of them. I don't trust Lux. I don't trust Lux. I really don't trust Lux at that point. Maybe it's better to forget about it then. They're right, Lux. She looked at the smaller girl who averted her gaze. In a way, Cora felt bad about denying her, but on the other hand, if the opportunity came again, maybe she could go back on her word. Nobody's raised. Interesting. It just wasn't a good time right now, especially because 4 could outnumber 3, but after they'd vote out all 3 others, what then? How would the final death be decided? If things turned bloody, it certainly wouldn't look good for anyone again. Exactly! I'm exceedingly grateful you can understand our tormenting dilemma. Luxuria and Cora looked at the others. Viridia, Tristidia, and Nvidia were all nodding their heads. Gula didn't seem to truly be sharing their opinion, but all she could give was a slight shrug towards the two, considering she was outnumbered. I think I'm a teacher, so normally I talk about Unity too, but I think we shouldn't make a group this time. I have a feeling I'd be excluded from it because my situation is different, or some other excuse. Plainly understood. I am certain this endeavor would serve only to truly and well drive a wedge between all of our personages. She stared at her nails, making no eye contact with anyone, or helmet contact as it were, with no chance of making any additional alliances, and Cora gave up on the idea for now. It's a little too dangerous when absolutely everyone is around, because who are we kidding? Of course there's going to be a vote group sooner or later. I guess that's that. What about me cards? Did any of you find any more?
Actually, we haven't.
Luxuria looked quite bothered, but only Cora seemed to notice.
As far as me told us, we have to explore more of those death traps to find additional cards. Looking in the hall didn't give us anything. I have a theory our 3 teams will end up with 9 total cards again. Of course, we won't need all those cards to vote.
And the first rooms didn't even have 9 cards either. That came later, probably the same here too. But we're going to need them to finish discarding them in the slots of that weird hexagon or whatever, either way.
Yeah, so there's no chance for us to slack off. The doors to the first rooms haven't opened again since we left them, so if we don't get those cards, we're completely stuck.
We should organize our splitting according to our skill level then.
Balanced teams, huh?
Cora knew what that meant. It meant that since she'd already proven herself to be smart, she wouldn't have much of a choice with whom to go. Going with Tristidia seemed out of the question. Precisely. Each set has a specific individual better poised to solve these infernal contraptions. As a result, you're best to split up accordingly to said skillful lot.
Cora, Ula and I are the ones who did most. From what the others said, those who did least were Ira, Lux, and Vidi.
What? Who did least? What? No, that's wrong. And Cora interrupted him when shaking his head. In our room, Vidi did a good amount of stuff, but he bitched and moaned the entire time and barely helped. Wait, come to think of it, what is Bia doing? She's been unnaturally quiet. The entire group noticed that the girl was gone. Did she even come back with the other group? She might have remained in the hallway, come to think of it. First, let's get the groups made, then whoever ends up with her will go fetch her, okay? Everyone is in agreement. That means we should form the team something like Ula and Ava, Vidi and me, and 3 others would be Lux, Bia, and you, Cora, would go together. We just end up with Bia again? So we end up with Bia and Lux. Oh my gosh. Wait, you want me to team up with Bia? She wanted me dead. I'm aware. Maybe she won't hate you as much if you're both put in the same team. Huh, strange teams. You're putting girls with girls and boys with boys. Now that you imagine it, you're right. Still, I think this is our best lineup to force some differences to fall before the next voting session. Something was definitely nagging at Tristidia. The more he spoke, the more his tone became a little detached, as if he was thinking about something. Huh. Wonder what he's thinking about. What? That is odd, though. Why did he just naturally decide to go boys with boys, girls with girls? Like, he just naturally decided to do that. And Cora left it by for a moment because her objection to grouping with Superbia hadn't been entirely shut down. Wouldn't grouping with Ava and Ula be fine too for me? He was caught short, still halfway in his thoughts. I guess that would be fine too. I don't really have an objection. It doesn't balance Bia's team, however. Then I'll take Bia with me, and Vidi will go with Lux. That's your choice, Cora. And Cora had a choice. Either the team could be 1, and Cora... That's what they do? No, he's not a teacher. He's a student. The only teacher here is Aparidia. So the teams would either be Ancora, Luxuria, and Superbia, Nvidia and Tristidia, and then Aparidia and Gula. Or there'd be Ancora, Aparidia, and Gula, Superbia and Tristidia, Nvidia and Luxuria. So we can get Aparidia and Gula. But what are we at right now? I actually rather have Aparidia and Gula. I would actually have Aparidia and Gula left because I can keep getting their trust. I would rather have their trust. With those group compositions in mind, and Cora went with Aparidia and Gula. That would be the best one. Hey, welcome back, Sparky. Mazine. I'll go with Ava and Ula. I think that's what I like most, and the teams can be balanced anyway, right? If that's fine by the others. The silence that followed betrayed the lack of objections from the entire group. You know, this may seem a little sudden, but I've had a thought. A thought? A sudden thought? Yes, an epiphany. You know what an epiphany is, right? An epiphany is the specific moment when your mental prowess shines and arrives at a conclusion, and when you attain an extraordinary idea. It is, to put it simply, a short moment of utter clarity. Something like that. Well, I'm not sure I'd say I like it that, but anyway, I just had an epiphany, I think. I can't really talk about it yet, though. If I'm still alive after we come out of the rooms, I might. Well, all of that seems a little bit random. We don't even know what it's about. Tristidia changed the subject, deciding to leave that matter up to another time. Alright then, I'll go fetch Bia. You guys can go to the rooms in the meantime. Remember, we're not exactly rich in time here, so we have to hurry a little. As if to prove that fact, he left right afterwards, and Cora could understand his desire not to waste any time, given how much more than 2 hours already went by. Yeah, we're running out of time here. The next room shouldn't be too bad either. The last triad is the one I'm more worried about. For the time being, 39 minutes is ample time. We'll probably be done within a half hour. For the last ones, though, maybe it would be best to take some insurance. We need 2 deaths in the next hour again, somehow, so that we have 2 hours of respite. All of those thoughts were interrupted when the team split up, leaving Avaridia and Gula alongside Ancora. The 3 of them remained quiet for a few moments. Shall we, as they say, get a move on? Need not I remind you both that, as Trist had eloquently put, all our allotted time is substantially diminishing in these moments of inertia. Yes, well, I was waiting for you to be ready to go. That is quite the coincidence, as I was doing similarly. Politeness indicates that the eldest should step for the lead, after all. The eldest? Are you calling me old? I'm as old as I look, trust me. And Cora took the lead, understanding the time was working against them. The 2 others followed, focusing in their exchange. Perhaps you would prefer sharing your progress in our common countdown determination. Do you mean my age? It's awfully hard to understand what you're saying sometimes, even as a teacher. Gula snickered at that revelation, amused beyond words. Oh, pardon me. I was not entirely certain of that fact. Now that I know, I could not help but find the notion hilarious. For this means the student has surpassed the master, has she not? If you mean that a student is outclassing a teacher in speech patterns, yes, I would assume so. But a more flowery speech pattern doesn't necessarily make it better. Yeah, she's trying to use all the smart words. She's trying to use all the big words, you know?
Would you care to elaborate?
What good is talking such eloquence if no one understands you? And Cora listened to the two of them barter around about the elder students' choices of wording. However, after everybody's question, the two of them had fallen silent. It appears Gula was taking those words into consideration. Yeah, I haven't increased anybody. Poor Ira. The entire time the group had been on the move. The room closest to the next set of doors already had occupants. That's where Vidi and Luxuria had gone. The other two rooms were to the left. Superbia and Tristidia were about to enter the one furthest away. Hey, good luck! The girl called out to the smaller group. Tristidia sent a wave, but Superbia only averted her head, and then the two of them vanished inside. I'm not sure if Superbia was her usual self, or if she was ashamed of herself. Either way, let's go already, our time's so short. After casting a glance to her fellow companions, Cora led the way inside. She could tell the others were anticipating the discovery of what was inside of the room. Was it another classroom? The short answer was no. A bar? What? Inside was a bar. It was a spacious one with a comfortable couch and a broken television screen. There were some books on a few shelves. The shelves behind the counter were littered with bottles of all kinds. Oh joy! Apologies, Cora, but you are not permitted to be here, so I shall have to demand your departure. Huh? Why? What about you, huh? You're not allowed here either. Myself? Your reason is erroneous. I'm legal, 18 years old, thank you. Not in the US, legal age would be 21. Thankfully, we're not located within the premises of the United States of America. Not that I believe, at least, unless our subjugation included a complete relocation as well. The group set off in their own separate ways for the free 39 seconds they had to explore before me appeared again to tell them all about the subject of this classroom. Even though it's not really a classroom. By now they should wisen up to the fact their environment isn't like the school they're used to, if they can even remember the school itself yet. However, something is nagging at me, but I still can't put my finger on what exactly. Just an odd feeling. What's this odd feeling? A long, low table was positioned in front of the couch. On it was an unfinished drink, but taking it betrayed the fact it was entirely plastic. The television in front of the table was in a lamentable state. What is nagging at us? Something doesn't seem right. Because right now Superbia is acting different, but she's actually listening to Tristidia. But I think Tristidia is going to get killed by Superbia. I think Avaridios is hiding something. There's a door in the back, but accuracy exploration proved it to be locked. Cripes! This door is indeed locked upon to what ye blonde. Figures we might have to unlock it to solve this entire room. What a bother. And then the 39 seconds elapsed. On the dot, the visions were all taken by me, just as the door leading outside of the room locked. Welcome to a crash course in explosives. This room theme has to do with bombs and the likes. Why is this important? It will become more apparent later. Your question for this room is, who set off the bombs? That's right, you have to figure out who the terrorist is in your group. What? Because there is a terrorist. Did you see the state of the school? Awful, so very awful. The animal who destroyed part of it took no one in consideration. All they had was blinded rage. Thankfully, most of you aren't involved in that blast. For the one who is, however, they would most likely be very annoyed if this information came to light. As a specification, I am not asking about their nickname. I want their real name. That is what you must figure out. Full name. First, say their first name, then their last name. I'll see you later. Know who it is. Alright, got it. The entire speech was much shorter this time around, lasting only a minute or two. The group of three looked at each other from various points in the room, having been interrupted when they'd split up. Well, I hope there will be some kind of hint about their real name here. These rooms are built fairly so far, but I don't relish the idea of finding myself at an impasse. Then again, is it really fair to do that? We picked those nicknames. Actually, we did not so much pick those nicknames as they were forced upon us. It became so very easy to go along with it once it popped into your head. Popped? That's kind of a strange way to put it for her. Clearing her throat, Gula continued, uninterrupted. I suppose we should do our best to uncover this mystery, then. I do want to live, so yes. Where do we start? I will be investigating the area surrounding this beverage-clad surface. Encore? Yes? Pray remain as far as you can manage from this corner. Alcoholic beverages are not suitable for minors. You're only barely older than me, but fine. Though if there's no alcohol, I want to be let in to investigate this place too. Very well, I should take your plea into consideration. I'm woefully uncertain as of now. However, my opinion may be differently constructed in the coming times. If you both lost your minds, who even has time to worry about legality and illegality here? Just search the room, I'll take the TV area. This meant that for the next 35 minutes, Cora would have more or less free reign over which area she investigated. Don't forget to bring everything you find to the same spot so we can all go over everything easily. We can't let any clues pass by before we deduce the answer. I'm also in agreement with this conciliation of found treasures. Let us wade towards the vastness of the proletarian establishment. Her vocabulary's back. Something's going on with her speech patterns, and I can't make heads or tails of it. Yeah, sometimes she's speaking normally a little bit, sometimes she's speaking flowery. Weird. I wouldn't really call them treasures. Alright, who's ready to do an escape room? Deduction. So let's figure out what we got going on here. It's a couch. And this couch looks pretty damn comfortable. And I'd say its comfort level is perhaps 5. What's a comfort level got to do with anything? The comfort level is supremely important. Say, when you go buy a couch, you want it to be really comfortable, so you'll test it out. At least that's what I've been told by a man who looked like he worked in a circus. But you didn't even sit on this one. And then after you sit on it, like this, everybody has sat onto the couch, she shifted side to side a little, clearly distraught about something. Wait a minute, this isn't a couch. She stood back up and reached for the armrest. After grabbing it, she lifted the side of the couch like it was nothing. It's fake. It's made of plastic. It just looks good. Something fell out when you lifted it. It was a piece of paper. It says, Billy Quilly Vrilly Trilly. And I guess we better put that aside. It was added to the rest of their inventory. Okay, what else do we got here? Got the bar. Let not your nubile digit sturdy and iota of the contained refreshments disseminated across these sacred grounds. I'll touch the bottles if I want, and you can't stop me. Cease, or there will be dire consequences. In defiance of Gula's demand, Agora grabbed a nearby wine bottle. A long inhale escaped from the cow-themed girl's helmet, which had its sides held by the girl's hand in her state of utter horror. Sacrilegious! Heathen! Your spirit shall burn everlasting in the twisting abyss from the trespassing. Does she really not like people who drink? I mean, people who drink are meh, but like, I don't think she drinks. I think they're all plastic. Calm down, it's not even alcohol. This bottle just has water in it. At any rate, the only finding here currently worth nothing is the luck upon the upper area of the front of this beverage's lavered surface. My investigation within these premises has not reached its conclusion just yet. Pray return at a later point. What else? Bequeath upon me enough time to bring my search to a satisfying conclusion. There are many bottles situated upon this altar of sanctity, and each merits investigating. Is there anything else on this couch? There's nothing else here, and this couch is fake. I wish I could sit down comfortably somewhere. You know, this couch. It looks really good. I'm beyond annoyed this is a fake couch. Whoa, calm down. It's just a couch. Let's search elsewhere. Too much big words? I know, right? That's a lot of big words. There's a fan. What's going on with the fan? That looks way too high for us to be able to reach it. Think there's anything up there that we need to get? I don't think so, but even I can't reach it, unless we use something else to get up there. After a few attempts, Averigia managed to sort of rearrange the furniture in order to reach it. With her hand up there, she shook her head. I can't actually reach most of the fan from this angle, but maybe... She gave a strong push onto one of the blades, sending the whole thing spinning. A thunk echoed from the side. Ouch! Something collided with my cranial armor! It must have fallen off when you both were torn with the ceiling fan. Gula exposed the object to the two other girls by lobbing back at them in a quiet show of fury. Averigia caught it, showing it to Ancora momentarily. More keys? I'm already getting sick of them. Either way, there's one more we have now. So there's keys, guys. Keys! It's an eyeball! What's this a poster of? It's like a giant eye, but there's nothing written on it. It's kind of creepy, honestly. I'm not any more certain than you on this one, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, as you may have surmised, I very only seldom attend such shows. A show? So you do know more about it? I guess, nothing more. I believe I may have heard of it. It is an illusionist, yet the name eludes me. I very much doubt it bears any impact on our findings with this in this closed environment. But it has tape! Couldn't we just take off the tape? Cowgirl! Big tits! Take off the tape! Cora watched the poster for a while. It really was creepy. Nothing came out of it, though, except for the fact that the more she looked at it, the more she remembered something pertaining to it. It was a man, but she could hardly distinguish any features or even a name. So there's a man that's associated here. What about this bucket? Not another bin. At least Bea isn't here this time. Pray explain yourself. Oh, nothing. Just she blew a fuss about having to search that. I'm not squeamish about getting my hands dirty. She gave a wave in the air as if dismissing the thought of that girl. She laboriously investigated the contents of the bin to no avail. And there wasn't anything inside at all. Why did she get mad again? Oh, it was because of Vidi, I think. It's been so long, it feels like a lifetime ago by now, even if it really has just been a few hours. Wait, one singular second. The girl lifted the bin and underneath was a purple key. She swiped it up with energy. Aha! My unmatched sense of observation told me there might be some hitherto undisclosed aid to our explanation underneath it. Well, that's good. Gula put the key on the table, leaving it for the others to decide what to do with it. So we can't really do anything else, but we could talk to the others. Is there anything else in the bin? What a sense of observation that was. Just picking up the key from being lucky with the guest, then delivering it to the table's inventory, not even bothering trying it anywhere at all? Marvelous, truly. Open sesame. Actually, the quote says sesame. Isn't it a misheard speech kind of deal and it just says sesame? No, it comes from French, and sesame is a name or something like that. Doesn't matter anyway. Let's open this door and see what's beyond. Can you open the door? With a satisfying click, the lock came undone with a perfect fit by the purple key. And Cora threw it behind her without any second thought. Hey, what if we need this again? Everidia, why would one key open 2 locks? That's silly, come on now. Then we could just get it again. The group entered this new room, which was a hallway. It led to another door, this time without a lock to undo, and inside was... Ah, shit. Okay, that's a bunch of stuff. A warehouse. Another place with alcohol. Everidia and Gula were already searching through the alleys following Encora's words. The latter of the duo was extremely interested by the boxes full of bottles. She's probably going to sneak out a few of those bottles. Well, she's going to be surprised when she tries drinking some of them. They're all empty. Nice little trick. Okay. So I think Gula likes to drink a lot. There's a piece of paper alongside the fire extinguisher. I can almost see what's written on it. Cora banged a few times on the window to try to get it to move around. What in the world is this insane cacophony? Can't you simply open the extinguisher's containment area? No, it's locked. Must I accomplish everything? Gula grabbed a nearby crowbar and smashed it into the window of the fire extinguisher. But unfortunately, it soon became apparent it wasn't a real window. It was just a 3G object pushed into the wall that looked like a fire extinguisher case. Now that it was dislodged, Cora could pull it out. And this is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. And it's just a solid block of plastic and metal, and what's inside isn't even real either. The same could be said for this tool as well. It's absolutely unsustainable. Behind this block is written, In cas d'urgence, boisse la vitre. It's French. I happen to be knowledgeable of French, and that sentence is mistaken or on a grammatical level. Or perhaps it is simply an error in typography. Boisier should be brasier. So it's important then. Oh. She pulled out something from the rectangular hole left behind. And we have an orange key here too. She pulled the block back where it was, reminding herself about the Boisier business. The key went with their stuff. Okay. What's this? I'm not tall enough to reach that on my own. We'll need something like a ladder. Or a stepladder, at least. Exactly. Okay, at least we're not arguing about ladders this time. What's in here? Rejoice! I've unveiled the presence of a metallic-looking crate. Here. Gula omitted the part where she'd been pointlessly examining the bottles on the ground, given that they were all empty. Or that she seemed rather sad at the fact. But the lock is golden. We haven't found a golden key yet, have we? Judged by Cora and Gula's shared shake of their heads, it wasn't the case. They still had to find a key to open this crate, which couldn't be moved off the shelves as it was bolted down onto them. Okay, so something's there. What about here? Looking at more boxes, huh? I gotta double check everything to make sure we didn't forget anything. Shortly after, Cora exclaimed in surprise when she found something between 2 boxes. Look, it's a green key. I knew there was something in there. So does Pandora expect us all to search every single box here? That's kind of a little much. Well, I guess we have a fair amount of time left anyway. Without too much fuss, Everidia searched through the area while accompanied by Cora, but the two of them didn't find anything else worthwhile within this stack. This container, much like unrequited love, shall remain out of our reach, perhaps forever. Until we get the key, which is not like unrequited love, because I don't plan to die here waiting until forever passes. True. What's up here? I can't reach the shelf. Very well, it shall be my task. Gula proceeded to pluck at the items on the shelf, bringing them one by one down to Cora. In the lot were a tape measure, an empty cardboard box, a few bottles, a roll of aluminum. Very useful object here. I guess it was still worth it to check. Is there anything else? Box on the shelf, 2 on the shelf. No, none of these work. What are you doing? I'm trying to come up with a pun. Maybe it's too early for a pun. Wait several years for it. Or better yet, wait infinite years. She don't like us. Those sure are a lot of boxes. What do you think they contain? I'm not sure. Normally this is what you call a cellarage. It contains wine bottles, and it's generally refrigerated due to the temperature the bottles must be kept at. But it's not any colder here. Correct, it's not any colder. I'm not exactly sure why. It also does not look like an actual wine cellarage anymore. Perhaps it was never meant to do so. Well, let's open one of these boxes. Try as she might, Cora was unable to open them. No matter which one she tried to tug open, they were all heavily sealed. Should you lift one, it is quite clear they contain glass-made containers. Wine bottles, to be precise. It does make me ponder upon the absence of the frigid temperature. While holding a box in her hands, Gula took a step back, looking down at the ground. Within the folded opening panel of this cardboard main contraption was a metallic object. The group took it. It was a golden key. Is that a yellow key? No, it looks golden, not exactly yellow. Maybe it can pass for one. Let's keep it in mind and search for more of these boxes. Yeah, nothing else turned up in this section. Well, guess what? There's a ladder, by the way. Is that what I think it is? It is precise one ladder, yes. A plethora of proverbial doors are now open to us. Probably the most useful thing we could find here. Other than the answer to Mii's question, at least. I'll carry it over if needed. No, I could reach this, so I'll do it. If you insist, it's quite a great aid in your height. Ladder was added to the inventory. Kind of. Sweet. So we got the ladder. Also, we can now open the golden box. Let's do it. We have the key for this now. After fiddling with the lock a little, the box unlocked and then it could be moved, which Gula took advantage of by taking it off the shelves. Inside were a few wine bottles and near the bottom was a key. It was a yellow key. The contrast with the gold key was clear. And now we're spoils! She uncorked one of the bottles, but it quickly became apparent that what was inside of the bottle was not wine. In fact, the bottle had already been opened before. What is all this? Cora examined it a little more closely. Seems like drugs. The trio watched in light surprise as they all realized that fact. The box was then subsequently closed and put back where it had been. We just opened a box of drugs. Okay! There's drugs right here! Okay, that's weird. I mean, wine isn't that far from drugs, is it? It's still a substance that affects your body. Perhaps, but the drugs contained in these bottles, that's a lot. Can you imagine if all the bottles here had drugs in them? Do you even know how expensive this room is? Expensive, huh? How do you know all this is worth a lot? Oh, come on, it's no rocket science. Drugs can go for a lot. There's not a secret. If every bottle here was full of drugs, then we are witnessing a stash hidden illegal fortune, full of nothing but gratuitous larceny. After a few seconds to take it all in, the group went back to their search. Well, damn. It's kind of high, but here, there's a ladder. A real ladder, too, not just a step ladder. Does she understand me? Reaching to the wheel after climbing the ladder, Avaridia turned it only to pull on it too hard. It broke, and it took a few seconds for Avaridia to regain her foothold on the ladder, and Cora moved forward as if to help, but the woman dismissively waved, already coming back down with the prize. Well, I guess that's that. Now we have a wheel. Isn't that dangerous? Leaving that socket empty of the wheel? Oh no. Well, this wheel actually has markings on the outside. It says, just over linguist in great. I can't make heads or tails of what it means. Oh well, let's bring it with the rest of their stuff anyway. It's clearly a hint. Alright, who here knows French? Does anyone here know French? Does anyone here know French? That's the door we need to leave from. That's the door we just came in from earlier. Quite astute. I'm glad you joined our team. This comment saved us the whole minutes of search. Oh, don't be like that. There's no purpose to check the door at any rate. Let us supply ourselves of the vast loot this room contains, rather than wasting our short allotted time like this. I'm stuck at French. Anyone else know French? What about these books? I didn't find anything good in the bookshelves within my first room, but maybe this time will be different. After a few seconds, it was clear she wouldn't find anything new in there. Didn't help that she couldn't reach the highest shelf either. How much longer do I have to endure this? I don't know. Talking to yourself? Oh, no, not really. Sorry, there's nothing in the bookshelves. Are you sure? You're simply too short to reach the higher ledges. She gave a curious look over it, and then she grabbed something out from behind the few books. Always make sure you comb it entirely and ask for help if you can't reach. That's a box that bunch of keys are going to go into it. And Cora ignored that for the most part and instead focused on the object. It's a box with colored faces, 6 faces, and they all have a lock in them. I guess we have to find 6 keys for it. That's a lot. But it seems to contain a bunch of things too, so I think what's in here might be our key out of here. Shaking it a little, she nodded. Meanwhile, Cora was wishing the first vote would have gotten her, after that awful pun. I think there's one of those ornate keys in here, and a few meat cards too. Judging by the noise, either that or other stuff. It all looks really solid, so I don't think we can break it. Sounds good to me. I guess we found what we're looking for now. 6 keys. Why the number 6 again? Apparently 6 means devil, doesn't it? So let's check everything we had real quick. So we have a blue key, a purple key, a green key, a yellow key, an orange key, and a golden key. We're missing a few things. A fake extinguisher box which is written in Kakusa de... Okay. Let's close that inventory. Let's check stuff again, I'm guessing. Anything else? So have you found anything here yet? It happens that I have. Upon its presentation, however, you must promise to take no duplicitous action, such as wordlessly taking possession of it. I promise then. Gulu produced a key out of nowhere. It's red. Its occasion was, hey, release my Cora this instant! Sorry, but I have to put it with the rest of our stuff. Consider it confiscated. I'm the older one here. You can't just do this to me like that. Her speech definitely gets worse when she's flustered. That makes sense. Alright, so let's use all the 6 colored keys in the box since we have it. After a little effort to use all the 6 keys in the box, the group opened it. Inside the box was a piece of paper. Unfolding it revealed a much larger diagram containing multiple sections. Think that's related to the name we have to give?
No doubt about it.
Gula didn't seem all too interested by it, instead sitting on the couch and paying little attention. The two other girls focused to try and understand what it meant, but the more they thought, the less sense it made. It seems like this name is in 4 parts. For the first part it says, blank 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 K. I wonder why those underscores are there. Parentheses? The second part says plus common 4. I'm guessing the two of those together make one name since they're on the same line. And as for the other ones below, I have no idea. The third part says blank 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 or ER, and the final one plus wheels firsts. Let's just keep that in mind. There's other stuff in this box, and we can come back to the paper at any point. And Cora pulled out 2 me cards next. Avridia took one while Gula snagged the other. Hey! Gula simply shrugged. It is, as we say, shotgunned. Perhaps it is karma or payback. It does not matter. Regardless, there is a key you are entirely free to obtain. I can't speak, oh my goodness. She was right, and the box was yet another thing. It was an old ornate key, much like the one Cora already found before. But the tooth was shaped like the letter L. Now we have to give our answer. Decidedly, she wasn't too happy about having to do it. Normally, one would be eager to leave, but it is clear that due to the way this is set up, if you don't get it right, you die. So maybe she just stressed because she might have to say it being the older figure. And here I thought she loved lording her age over the rest of us. Granted, she did say she didn't want to be treated any differently before. When you get an idea, let's gather at the door to make our exits. Let's check everything we had. So let's see. So what does this say? Okay, hold on. I'm right. Guys, it's time. Note card time. Who's ready for note card time? I got a Sharpie. Okay, so the first one has to be luck. Plus common 4? Got it. Hey, Button Mash, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Let's see. Blank, 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 ER. ER? It's wheel firsts. Yeah, note card time. So blank, 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 ER. Okay, so it has to do with this. No. I think I got it. I think I got it. So you have an idea? There's actually no time to waste. While we're not at the time limit yet, we have a vote to do, talks to share, and also we need to try to figure out how to buy some time. And Cora stepped forward with her mind already set. The two of the others stopped all of their actions and simply stared at this as the shorter girl inhaled deeply, readying herself. Let me out! The terrorist is... Their first name is... Lucille. Their last name, I think, is Bosjoli. The door unlocked. So, LUC, the parentheses K, so we just take the first 3. ILLE was the last 4 for everything, like the 4 letters. BOIS was the first 4 for the thing that ended in ER on the back of the warehouse thing. And then JOLI, the first letters of everything. Everyone released a breath that most likely didn't realize they had befell her. After that, a shaky laughter came from Avridia. Well, that's not my name. I don't care about who the terrorist is either, personally. Let's just go. She was the first one out, clutching her me card, and Cora looked as she left, expecting Gula to take the steps to go too, but she'd frozen in place. Hey, Gula? The door's open, let's go. Yes, that is correct. Very well. Alright, guys, I think her name is Lucille Boostjali. Pretty confident at this. Gula left without adding any other words. Finally, the blonde girl followed behind them. Still no Ryla? I mean, true. But here's the thing. I think that means Cow is the one who blew up the school. A lot cleaner of an exit than last time, that's For sure. Excuse me. Got it. The group of 3 women emerged into the familiar hallway. There was nothing new about this place, so they all waited around, thinking the other groups would come out. After a few minutes elapsed, it was clear none of that was going to happen just yet. They had escaped rather quickly, after all. I propose we gather at the Crossroads instead of this location. You can go if you want, but someone needs to stay here to tell them about it. The older woman made a dismissive motion of her hand. Kula waved and left in a little bit of a hurry to get away from the 2 others. Cora stared, slightly puzzled at that behavior, before turning her attention to Viridia. She's acting really strangely, and it's almost suspicious, like she figured something out. We haven't yet. Anyway, you'll stay here then. Yes, you can go too if you want. You have a me card to find, right? Just go. And Cora solemnly nodded and left Viridia's entourage too. Her steps brought her towards the room Superbia and Tristidia shared. She had a thought of glancing inside to check up on their progress, but it was impossible. There was that metal plate over the door's window. Not only is this a search for a missing me card, it's also a search for someone to kill off somehow. It would have been so much easier to let someone else try to answer the question. Doing it first was so stupid. Instead of kicking herself over it, Ancora wandered further into the hallway. After the bend around the corner, she arrived at a dead end. On one side was a wall of plates, much like the one that blocked half of the larger room at the bend. This was the back of the first hallway, the one that you all emerged in from the triple classroom earlier. In the corner was a door. Above it a sign read exit, but naturally it wouldn't work. First of all, this door was locked, but it led to a staircase that could normally access the second floor. It has an emergency exit, but it's locked like everything else. Leaving there is impossible right now. What was the name? It was Lucille Boisterly, and Gula started acting weird after we said the name. Ancor decided to head back to the others. She hadn't found a me card in this corner, but there was one past that door. It just wasn't time to open it yet. On the way back, making sure all the classrooms were well and truly locked, she tried the L key to no avail. It might be mostly empty. Some of them have stuff in them, like me cards. They're an extra step to force people to split up while outside the rooms. Yep, you got it, Jim. You got it. Ancora almost made it back to Viridia, but her trajectory was intercepted by Tristidia leaving his room. Hey, Cora. You guys made it out first? You work hard. Yeah, thanks. I think we just got a little lucky. Well, we didn't. I don't know how to say it, so I'll just say it when we all group back together, I guess. We're going to the Crossroads after we've left our rooms. Maybe we want to head there now? Viridia closed the distance, seeing as the 2 of them had been talking well louder. Where's Superbia? Did Superbia just die? That's right. I'm keeping guard here so everyone knows about it. But since Cora's been looking for a me card, she bumped into you first. Makes sense. Oh yeah, we had one extra Cora. Here. Justitia handed over a me card to Ancora, who pocketed it without hiding her surprise. An extra card? Yeah, I'll meet you at the Crossroads. Something's wrong. I've been having my doubts ever since he came out of the room, but there's something that's definitely wrong. I think Superbia is dead. Superbia is dead. She probably killed herself. Without any other words, Tristidia made his way back through the hallway. Ancora cast a glance toward the door he'd come out of. She hadn't been quick enough to look at the situation in the room. I guess it's important. I got my me card now, so... Yeah, go for it. I'll wait for the groups here a little longer. Bia, Vidi, and Lux still need to come out. With the wave, she saw Ancora off. The blonde girl didn't need to be told twice. Her steps took her away from the older woman almost immediately. But she didn't go all the way back. She waited close by, around the corner. Something nagged at her, something really bad. The same kind of feeling when you think something is definitely amiss. She just wanted confirmation. A few minutes later, Ancora heard the door to Nvidia and Luxuria's room close. She leaned forward a little after making sure nobody noticed she was eavesdropping. But that wasn't too bad, and honestly, I'm not surprised. It's like the answer was just there. Ancora missed the part where they said what the answer to their room was. Bia still hasn't come out of her room, but the rest are in the Crossroads. Yeah, guys, she's kinda dead. Really? Bia's still there. What about Trist? He left a while ago. He's already gone to the shotguns, if I had to guess. We do have a vote coming in very soon. Have a good night, Benny. Take it easy. The timer in Cora's helmet indicated the vote was in barely 10 minutes. But, well, I guess this is a worry right now. Even if maybe I shouldn't be too sad about it. What do you mean? What's sad? Look at your timer. A small pause followed, silence from everyone involved. Yes, our vote's in 10 minutes flat. Remember what me said, we only have 39 minutes to escape these rooms, right? Yeah, so oh no! The small girl realized it. After a moment it struck Ancora too. Superbia, She didn't come out at all, and the timer's over now. She's dead. It seemed like such an abrupt end for her, yet even with her dead, something still bothered Ancora somehow. You know, it's kind of weird. This means we have another hour, right? But even so, I feel sad or anything. I don't feel anything about it. Via was also not the nicest person, I think. Well, it's desolating at any rate. But we can't do anything about it now. We do have an additional hour, so we can spend quite a lot of time thinking about how the votes will go. If only we could also confirm that she's dead. I didn't see her coming out, but she could have come out way earlier before Trist. No, I'm pretty sure she's dead. I'm feeling pretty confident about this. Nettie wouldn't have left the room. No, I don't think so. You said you stood guard here the whole time, right? And no one came out? No one. Then she's dead. Let's go. Ancora heard footsteps coming, so she hurried away. Thankfully, her own boots weren't noisy if she was careful, even on solid flooring. She joined up with Gula and Tristidia. Two of them had begun talking. When she arrived, the conversation ended. Judging by Gula's body language, Ancora guessed she was happy it was over. The others are coming. Alright, then I'll say what I wanted to say earlier to you two first. I realized this a little bit ago, but we're 9 people in total here. Well, it so happens there's a thing in psychology called the Enneagram of Personality. The Enneagram supposedly classifies everyone into a main personality type, even if everyone takes from everyone else. If we can't deduce who's what, we'll have an easier time determining who to vote for. Pray tell, which personality would you proclaim you belong to? Ah, you know of it too? Slightly. In my youth, I persuaded the dictionary an astonishing lot. Well, I'd probably be the peacemaker type, which is the 9th type. The peacemaker? That's quite a stretch if you asked me. No, it's the only one that makes sense. I started categorizing us into the types, and before he could say any more, the others caught up with the 3 who had gathered to the vote. His theory is sound anyway. We're 9, and all of us are correspond to a type or another. Maybe this makes me the investigator, also known as an observer type, then. For the next minutes, Tristidia explained what he was thinking about to the new arrivals too. After Tristidia was done, the group came together to decide on what was the next course of action. Hold up, first we have something to say that's very important. We also came to a conclusion regarding something earlier. Oh, that? She shivered apprehensively, waiting for the verdict to fall. It was clear what the subject was. Even though we're not meant to know yet, but there's been some eavesdropping going on. Yeah, well, Trist, Bea didn't come out of your room, did she? Well, that is correct. She did not come out of the room. Why is that? I don't need to explain my thinking, but I guess I can humor you. The slightly overweight boy began pacing around a little, somewhat nervously, but also strangely confidently. Earlier I spoke about the Enneagram. Well, I only told you what I categorized myself under. But I'm pretty sure I spot on with Bea's categorization, and that's why I made sure she died. You killed her? You killed her? Trist? Trist? That doesn't make any sense. She was a huge bitch to everyone, but how could you do that? What's her personality type? I'm not sure I should say, but there's more to each personality type than just the name. From what I found out in the room I explored with her, there's a very good reason related to her past, trust me. Obviously, the group didn't exactly know what was up with Superbia's past, or her situation in general. In fact, it didn't seem like anyone really had memories of any time from before they woke up. If I told you what it was, you wouldn't believe me, because it didn't fit. That's because when stressed, her type can grow prideful. Not only was she stressed, but if I had to guess, lording over others is nothing new to her. Remember how she treated Ira? The thought of the boy had slipped from everyone's minds. At this point, Ancora looked around. The body was gone. It wasn't in the Crossroads anymore. He has a good point about Ira. However, why is the body gone? It doesn't make any sense. So she was misusing her personality type. She became the corrupted version of it. My theory is that we're all more or less the corrupted version of our type. Which brings us to this dilemma. If you had to pick someone to die right now, among all of us, excluding me, who would it be? Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Trust me! But who would it be? But don't kill me! But who would it be? Don't kill me! But who would it be? Don't you fucking dare. Ooh, uh-oh.
I'm excluding myself from the equation because I'm the peacemaker, of course.
The group looked at each other for a few moments. It didn't seem like anyone wanted to speak. Perhaps it was the fear of publicly outing someone that was preventing them. Perhaps it was also because they were debating if they wanted to call out the horse and his dishonesty. The one who broke the silence was Avaridia. I would probably vote for Lux. Luxuria took her hands up, surprised, almost backing away from the accusation. What? Why? Why me? A feeling, I guess. You have to pick someone, and I'd probably go on the feeling right now. Of course, my mind can change on it. But I didn't do anything!
Maybe that's why she has that feeling. Either way, that's because no matter what you pick, you'd be right. We're all here to die.
But me only said 6 of us would die.
That's correct. That means we already lost 3 members, so we have to kill 3 more. Which personality types are the most dangerous when corrupted, you think?
And Cora had to admit that she didn't know much about the Enneagram personality beyond just the names. She hadn't gotten to study those things yet. Meanwhile, Tristidia seemed to have done a lot of research on the internet.
All we have to do is get rid of the trio of most dangerous ones.
A revolver was aimed at the others out of nowhere. What? It was then that the danger of the situation truly dawned on everyone. Tristidia had a gun, taken from someplace unknown. So that's it then. That's how this ends. He fired it once. Luxuria screamed. He fired it again. Ancora shielded herself with her arms. He fired it a final time. And then there was silence. Silence for 3, while 3 others fell to the ground. Ancora watched as the scene happened in what felt like a small eternity. First, Avaridia's weight brought her to fall. He shot Avaridia. Then Invidia's weight collapsed him to the ground. Finally, Gula ended up a heap, never to breathe again. Every shot of the gun had gotten them square in the heart. What happened? Everything happened so fast. It must be really good with revolvers. Dangerous. Luxuria couldn't even say anything. All she could do was stare. She was staring in pure bewilderment. But before she screamed, now she was saying nothing. Uh-oh. Hey, Supernova! Her laughter was broken. The cute voice coming from her helmet sprouted such strange laughter. It was going on and on. It was uncontrollable laughter. People laugh when things are funny, but they also laugh when they are anxious or fearful. That's why laughter therapy exists, and the kind of laughter coming from Luxuria was not one made from a good joke. She was laughing because if she wasn't, she'd go completely mad. This is insane, isn't it? Lux, snap out of it! Ancora suddenly grabbed the smaller girl by the shoulders, shaking her slightly. The girl ceased her laughter, and instead the reality of the situation dawned on her again. After a heavy shudder, the girl began to wail instead. No! None of this is correct! None of it! Trist, you killed them! Just like that!
And I'll do it again in a heartbeat if needed. Speaking of which, you're the one I can't categorize. You can't be a gentle peacemaker. Peacemaker is me. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm making peace. He waved over to the other bodies with an arm while Luxuria hiccuped in apprehension and fear. That's not making peace. She stood up to the overweight boy, even though he had a gun. That's just killing everyone. You're wrong. It's making peace for the few who remain. It's not killing everyone. This is killing everyone.
Another shot rang out. The victim was clear this time. It was Luxuria. And Cora shuddered and suddenly had a nauseating thought. He's coming. Run. Run before he shoots again. Revolver's had 6 bullets. Assuming he killed Superbia, that's 5 spent. He's still got one. Just have to stall out 1 bullet. Come on, Ancora. With that thought, nothing happened. It was already too late by that point. Even if Ancora turned around to sprint away. The shot caught her right in the back. Her body lunged forward and she rolled down the heavy cement stairs. Pain coursed through her. She must have fractured a bone or 3 bones. As life slowly escaped her body, she had a thought. And that thought became 5, 10, 20. It was as though a voice was talking to her in her final moments. And she faded. Luxuria directives, alphabet and water. Wait, what? Alphabet and water. Luxuria directives, 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 alphabet and water. What the fuck is going on here? What is going on here? Luxuria directives, alphabet and water. Please, kill me. but the box remains shut. Alphabet and water? Well, once again, we couldn't access, we cannot access Luxuria's helmet. We got the bottom path. So if we chose the other path, we would have survived, but we died. I suddenly hate Trist. Oh my gosh. Since we have unlocked Ira's here. So we freed, I think it's like we freed Ira's soul. Let's go N279. Getting that ending unlocked a key. We can go elsewhere. We can go elsewhere now. Okay, well obviously we need to go up here. Oh god, no, we have so much stuff we can do now. Okay. And that's locked too. Alright, well that's where we're gonna end the stream for today. Whatever. I don't know why that's the case. Holy crap. This game is so good. Holy crap. Ira's dead. And here's the thing, Nvidia's not supposed to die there. There's Superbia. Gosh, there's so much crazy shit. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. So as far as tonight goes, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna get some supper and everything because I haven't eaten at all. But then we're gonna be back in about an hour or so for Super Mario Maker 2. We'll do some world stuff probably, or we'll figure out something to do, more than likely. Holy crap. We're gonna be playing this again on Thursday, and I think on Thursday I'm gonna try to go on this upper path. Let's unlock Lux's stuff next time too. So what we'll do is we'll go down Lux's path and see if we can try to get Nvidia killed again, mainly because so we can try to just at least clear these choices, because that's the thing, is we want to we need to choose all the choices is essentially what I want to do too. So we'll do that. Yeah, once again, huge shout outs to Miracle Moon for once again letting Blaze giving him the code to give it to me. This game's great. This game is definitely really good. It's definitely a super intense game, and we got a lot to do. We've got still a lot of left to do, so should be good. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the stream. So once again, I want to say thank you to our members. First and foremost, Word, Travis, Yoshi Melon as our Super Sheeples. We have our VIP Supernova, and then we have a new sponsor, Final Plays, as well, a new member. And we also have members Squidman, James Clark, and Sylveon Vlogger. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, night, or evening. My name's Katathi, and I'll see you guys next time for more Vidi Gaming. See you guys later. Peace. Bye, everyone.